This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperweiss. What up?
Today on the podcast, we have our homie Joel Horner.
What up?
Oh shit, it's
What
the
up?
first in-person podcast
Fucking
since
weird.
we've been back.
Yeah, in person, dude. Perfect DSL connection.
Even the cat came out to say what's up.
She always does.
She'll start annoying us in a minute.
She likes to just meow for like a couple of minutes and then go away. She's like, meow, meow.
So I'm here. Look
She has
at
a
me.
bitchy meow. Yeah, totally.
Usually when she comes in, I'll like just pick her up.
Oh, here she comes. I
We need a cat cam.
cat cam. I know.
Cat GoPro.
That would be sick if we just had her like a GoPro on her back and we could just flash to the cat cam every so often.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Really
Cat
cool.
segment.
But so
right,
you've
this
been
is
doing a
so
podcast lately during.
Yeah.
That's really. It's called the California Death.
Cali Death for
Cali
short.
Death Fest.
But yeah, just to fit on a logo, I guess. But
Yeah.
California Death Metal Podcast.
Dude, every time I say that, I have to say festival. California Death
Yeah.
Metal Festival.
Actually,
Yeah.
Anthony would say that in the beginning, like, "Welcome to the Cali Death Fest." Podcast.
Totally.
That's what's up. But yeah, it looks like a conference call that you guys have.
It's
got like
not-
10 hosts.
Yeah, we're still rookies. We're still just getting it together. It kind of started off as Joseph and Casey, just with an idea, and they asked me if I wanted to do it at first, and I was like, I'm gonna see what you guys do first before I jump on there, because I didn't know exactly what they were doing. They had a test episode with Anthony, who actually joined from there.
Yeah, so who are Casey and Joseph and Anthony? Who are these guys? For
Casey-
those who don't know.
Casey Howard, drummer of Odious Mortem and Decrepit Birth,
Yeah.
and he's done other side projects and stuff. What's up, kitty? Joseph is actually, he's into Violently Vomit, which is basically Disgorge. On
word.
drums. Yeah, no, we call him the professor because he actually is a professor at UCSC. So
Oh, damn.
yeah.
What does he teach?
Like philosophy, like some like specific genre of philosophy.
Of course.
okay.
I am really curious to know what kind, but that's like a total death metal vocalist thing. I
Totally.
was studying philosophy too. It's like all of us love philosophy.
Isn't Lord Worm English professor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, but then Anthony's the singer of Odious Mortem and Severed Savior. So
Yeah,
right.
word.
it's just kind of like
wasn't he in Dan's band too?
Yes, and Carnivorous.
Yeah.
Carnivorous.
Back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Carnivorous. Okay, I know of that band.
Yeah, so he kind of just a bunch of friends. We're all in Odious pretty much besides Joseph, and we just decided, hey, we have friends and we're bored and we don't get to hang out with anyone anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So we kind of turned into more of like a green room backstage hangout with, and I end up usually getting too drunk or something.
Yeah, that's been my
Can
issue
relate.
for sure.
Can relate.
When we had Blake on the podcast from BTBAM,
Yeah.
I was so drunk, dude, because we had to do 2 in one day. I don't really know why.
Oh yeah, no, we had Malika Sundara Murthy from Abnormality, and we were drinking during that podcast, and later we did
embarrassing.
Blake,
Damn.
and so we were like pretty s-faced
It was really
by the end
embarrassing,
of the episode. Dude.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Naveen won't revisit that episode.
I think
ever
about it
because
like every day, like how embarrassed I am about that. Not that I like said anything dumb, but like
Like in the shower, you're just like, what the fuck?
yeah, like if I look at the episode, I'm just all like, dude,
Yeah.
it's fucking embarrassing, dude. It sucks.
That's how Anthony gets like that every now and then, because I get more drunk than him, but he decides to include he hits his little vape weed pen like it's a fucking cigarette, or like it's like a jewel or something. He's just like hitting it all podcast long, and at the end he's just like, yeah, dude, like,
yeah.
I mean, I get it because it's more fun to shoot the shit when
Totally.
you're a little sauced.
Well, and it's like
Yeah.
what we would actually do IRL. It's
Yeah.
like if we're hanging out, we're gonna be sapping and like
Totally.
talking. That's how we bullshit.
Sapping.
and
Dude,
talk
this
about
feels super weird.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
This is sick.
We're like looking at each other.
looking
Yeah.
at people.
It's like a
weird.
perfect like modem connection. You're like
Yeah.
here. It's like an Obi-Wan.
I think you already
Kenobi.
used that joke.
Well, somebody might have missed it, so I'm just giving it
In
again.
case you just tuned in, Naveen's modem joke.
You know
is
when
back.
you say a joke that's not that funny, and
Yeah.
then you're like, well, maybe they didn't hear me. I'll slip it in again, dude.
And then when people are like laughing, you're like, I'll throw it in there again.
Dude, totally. I do that all the time. I'm like, they must not. There's no way they heard me. My joke was fucking great.
And then you
that I
listen
said.
to it and you're like, oh shit, I said it loud and clear the first
Yeah,
time.
and that's just not very funny. I haven't perfected that one, so it was a good try.
You're still
good
working
attempt.
out the bit.
But yeah, so Joel, we've known each other for a really long time. Actually, I was thinking about it, and like when Flesh Rot was like a local band, we like tried out your friend, I believe.
Yep, it was Carrie and I were in this kind of band that never got going.
Daniel, I think his
Daniel
name is.
Estrada. Yeah. He was a drummer that could just do crazy beats and stuff, but like when it came to putting together a song, he couldn't put together a song.
Yeah.
But he would like show up, be like do these crazy beats, and we're like, damn, you could jam. And then like we try to write with him, and he's like, what do you want me to do here? I'm like, just keep doing the same beat. I'm like, just play the beat, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, we like try because we were gonna find a drummer, like be a band, but it didn't happen. Anyway, I remember you being there. Yeah. That was like, I don't know, 20 years ago or something.
Yeah,
probably.
it's insane. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, first time I ever met you actually was at the Vets Hall in Santa Cruz. You guys were 14 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it was with
the Animosity show?
Yeah. And you guys had 4 songs, I think. And you guys were headlining with 4 songs.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think because Intrasion was like a local band and Animosity was...
say this name, Intrasion?
Pretty much.
God, that's so like tech death.
I know. So they arranged the show.
Okay.
And
they're like, we're gonna get these 14.
And then I think we showed up I was like, I got us a show, you guys, you know. And then it was like, oh, you guys are headlining, you know. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. But the whole day was a total nightmare. Like I borrowed my mom's minivan to go. I lived in Santa Cruz. The band lived in San Francisco, and they couldn't drive. I was the only one who was old enough to have a license, and I drove up there to get them, and then we broke down like in Los Gatos.
Oh, I've heard this story a bunch.
And then my mom had to like come get us or something.
Yeah, his mom tells that story like at least once a year. It's like a Christmas
like a parent story.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, damn it, that's stupid. But anyway, that was that. And
wow, that's crazy.
You guys were insane. I just remember because your old guitar player, it was Frank and pre-Chase Nick.
Yeah.
He was like kicking us, like while playing guitar. He was like kicking, like doing like kicks at us, and he's like this big and like kicking us, and like Leo was like just looked like a child. He was a child.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So like we follow these Bay Area hardcore like photo nostalgia
like
pages.
Jerry Guzman.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll see Leo in there a lot, and it's like child.
Yeah.
Like
seriously
toddler.
small.
Like, just
boy.
After being a toddler. You know? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Post 4th grade.
But then so did you start Odious Mortem?
No, so I ended up joining in 2004. Basically, I met them in front of an Origin show at Aptos Club. I don't know if you remember Aptos Club.
Dude, I actually never went there.
Wait.
Yeah. That's Burger now.
Did like Baroness or Mastodon or someone play there? My friend was telling me about like a huge band that played there, and I was trying to figure out if it was at Burger. So it was.
Yeah, that was a venue that had a lot of shows. Like it was popping back in the day.
Wow.
You know? Yeah, Origin was coming to town, and I was 20 years old, so I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
And
21 plus.
Yeah, and I was sitting outside. I was and I was smoking cigarettes back then, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit outside, listen to it from outside, because Origin is down the street from me. Like, there's no way I'm not gonna go see Origin.
Yeah.
So, especially like I'm fully into the technical death metal, whatever. Like, I'm all in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, David, the guitar player, he basically was outside too because he was 20, and then with another one of our friends, Josh. And we just started like turning into kind of like an ego battle of who knew the coolest bands a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It was
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Have you heard of have you heard of Deprecated? And I'm all, no. I'm all, have you heard of Spawn of Possession? He's all, no. I'm like, got you, bitch.
Yeah.
Go listen to that.
That's how I got into Animosity.
Really?
Yeah. But not only did we do the ego battle, but I threw in some like crazy air drumming. You know, like just.
Well, you air drummed to Dying Fetus, right? That's the story.
Yeah.
You took everyone back to your car and played Dying Fetus and started air drumming.
Because I was like the death metal guy. They weren't like there yet with all the crazy death metal. They kind of thought it was like silly still.
Totally.
But I'm like, no, dude. Like this band's Dying Fetus. They're crazy. They're like hardcore and death metal.
So you guys were all in with Dying Fetus. You guys had the Ampeg VH 140Cs and like had all the same amps and stuff. I remember Zach telling us about like how you guys were like, no, we're using these amps on the album, and he's all, fuck you, like I don't want to use these amps. But yeah, and you guys, I mean, I still love the tone of that album, even though it's not like a tube normal metal sound, but that still has its own spice and flavor to it that I really like a lot on Empires. But
I gotta check it out.
No, I should too.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you I can't picture what it sounds like.
It's I mean, I threw it on the other day, and it's really good, really loud. Like just throwing it up really loud, like you can really feel like everything. When it's quieter, the guitars are a little fizzly, but loud, it kind of the bass and everything comes in really good.
That's sick.
Most everything is good loud.
And Evan wasn't the bassist on that record?
No.
Okay.
Dan was like the bassist at the time.
Okay.
Dan joined. Actually, there's a funny story about that. It was the show that Flesh Rot played at my house. Remember?
Dude, that was sick.
What?
Yeah,
Wait.
that was
Okay. Can you tell me?
We played a show.
Wait. Oh, was it when you lived at the house that Shara lived in as well? That was Oh, where was that?
So this is the Thunderdome. That's why that one's called the Furniture Dome. Because originally it was the Thunderdome, and that was basically next to the boardwalk, up to the hill from the boardwalk. And it was just Odious in a house, basically. So the whole band, and we were like in full like party, have these ridiculous parties where you can only get in with a fifth of wild turkey, or like we had the craziest parties back then. But so and there's broken windows the nenext day, and but we would have shows there, and we would just flyer our whole neighborhood saying, "Hey, we're having some rock and roll come through. Just let us know if you have a problem with it. You're invited." And they would just let us have these like festivals kind of.
That's so
dude,
sick.
the sickest shows. Right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
So cool.
Like I saw that's how I found out about Sleep Terror.
Sleep Terror. That was our first show.
Sleep Terror
Their
played
first
there?
show.
Dude, it was so sick because Dan Kenny was like, dude, you got to check it. You got to come see this band Sleep Terror at Furniture Dome. And I'm like, all right, I'm there. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I never heard him before,
Totally.
And it was just like,
what the fuck?
mind blown.
So it was
and I had the demo. I bought it from Luke, like the first demo.
Was Dave McGraw driving?
Yeah, it was just Dave McGraw and
That's
Luke.
fucking.
I think it was the first
so
show.
Jealous.
I think it was their first show. I could be wrong on that, but
it was hard. Dude.
Yeah.
It was super
man.
hard.
And
that's legit.
Yeah, we got away with then Odious would always play, and Decrepit would always kind of be on there too, and we'd have like Flesh Rot or Sleep Terror and a couple other Mammothus. That's a local like stoner rock band. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so basically that was just going off the chains, and I forgot where I was going.
That
with
show that we did was I think New Year's.
The Flesh Shot show.
So Leo came up to me and Dan Kenny and was like, "Hey, we need a bass player. Do either of you guys want to try out?" And I was like, "Fuck you, like unique leader pride, bro." I was trying to be all cool.
Unique leader pride.
Well, because I just got signed to my favorite record label, so I'm just like, and I'm still, those fumes are still resonating in my.
With Odious, you're like, I don't need your fucking little bullshit, dude.
Even though I was a huge fan, but I was still like, I was going down the ultra technical, crazy death metal rabbit hole, and Dan was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll try out," and that's how that started.
No, I remember that.
Yeah.
Wait, was that at the?
It was at the Thunderdome. It was right like on the, in the backyard.
I remember that. I think I was present for that conversation.
Totally.
Wow.
But Decrepit played at that New Year's party.
Yep.
And like, I remember it was so sick because you guys had like, it wasn't like a good PA, but it was like just a ton of like so many speakers that were like not that great, but it was so loud that it was just Because that's the sickest thing ever, when the triggers are all super loud in like someone's fucking living room, dude.
Yeah.
It was so.
That is cool.
That was like one of those moments for me where I was like, "This is the fucking coolest thing ever." Dude.
Yeah, that is actually kind of sad that metal has graduated. Like the type of metal that we listen to has graduated to like venue only now. It's not so much house shows and stuff like that anymore. But I would fucking love to go to a show like that now with like a sick lineup.
I mean, especially in the state that we're living in, how expensive it is and gentrified stuff is. There's people neighbors that'll call immediately if any noise happens. So it's really hard to pull that stuff off. And with all the, everyone's got a GPS in their pocket now, so it's like they can get a hold of police, slap their phone and the police are at your house. So it used to be back in the day. It was like
I can't believe you guys got away with that.
Yeah. No, we did it 3 or 4 times, and I think there was 1 to 250 people would show up every time.
Amazing.
It was like,
that is so cool.
It felt like a show, what I mean?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And then, did you live at you lived at the Furniture Dome?
For about 4 years, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And shows there were pretty lax, right?
Yeah.
We went to one show.
I went to a show there, yeah.
Yeah, I think
can't
that was
remember who
post
played.
me, because I moved out of there in 2012. Actually, I was there for 6 years. And Cher actually it's gone now. Did you know that?
Yeah, they had to move. Yeah.
So they're going to demolish it and put like a CVS there now. But,
which is interesting because then they demolished the last one, the Thunderdome.
Yep.
So you guys move in and then that's it. Just flatten the fucking.
Yeah.
Well, we usually get a good deal on the place for a reason. It's not in the best shape. It's kind of like it's already on its way out. Like it's kind of one day off. It could you could fall through the floor one day. It's like on its way out.
Totally.
But yeah, no, that was, it's almost like looking back on Thunderdome days. It's almost like mythological. Like it's like this, and it might have even been cooler than it actually was. But to me, it was so much fun. It was like,
I bet.
Definitely.
Yeah,
that's how everything works, though.
Definitely.
You always look to the past, like that was great.
I mean, especially those early 20s of like, you're in the heyday of listening to fucking metal and like getting into metal. And it's this whole world that like, I remember going to parties like that back in the day too. It's like, it's just so fucking cool. And so there's a lot of nostalgia attached to that for me too.
Totally.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like the Pound and stuff. You look back on that, and we bring up the Pound every episode on our podcast. But
yeah,
there's
some go-to stuff on ours.
Yeah,
it's like the Pound, BT Bam.
Yeah.
What else? Probably Jerry Guzman.
Jerry Guzman, we talk about all the time. Shout
probably,
out Jerry Guzman.
Yeah, we've probably gained him like, I don't know, 4 to 5 followers.
Yeah, and he's probably gained us like at least 15. So
he's influencing now.
Yeah, exactly.
So we owe him one, basically.
Totally, we owe him a lot. But yeah, that's so fucking cool, man. I wish that I would have lived in Santa Cruz around that time and been able to go to a show at your house because, I mean, even the one show that I went to at the spot, the Furniture Dome, was really sick. Totally. It was just so cool.
It's kind of the perfect setup, too, because that's like an industrial area. The only thing you're competing with is a loud blues bar, Moe's Alley next to it.
Right.
And after 7 o'clock, the rules were after 7 o'clock, you can be as loud as you want till 10 a.m.
That's a nice rule. I'll take that rule.
And it would be like you guys actually, Animosity even practiced there once. Oh, I think it was the tour you didn't do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything happens on the tour that Naveen didn't do.
Yeah.
Evan would always Evan and Frank would always have a story when we were on tour and it'd be like Naveen wasn't there for that.
Every story that's ever happened.
Yeah.
There's a famous story that Evan was like, this is the most major thing that I missed is that they were on the highway and Evan grabbed like an orange out of a truck.
You weren't there for that?
No. That's like the craziest story.
Yeah.
He grabbed an orange out of the back of an orange truck, dude. Yeah. It's like
he's super got that. He's got that reach. He's got that.
Yeah, he does. Totally.
He did that and I missed it.
That long arm.
And there's also like a photo shoot that exists.
Yeah. No way. There's an Animosity band photo without you in it.
That's tough.
Whoa.
I mean, tough for who?
No, but there was a time at the Furniture Dome where it was Animosity in the living room, Decrepit Birth in the bedroom, and Brain Drill in another room, all playing at the same time, like practicing.
Seriously?
Whoa.
Yeah, I remember like going to go pee because we was doing Odious practice. Well, it was like jumping between Odious and Decrepit, I think. And or no, it was just Odious and Decrepit in one room. We were switching off. But yeah, I went to go pee and I'm like, this is insane in here right now. Like it was like the fucking, and then there's like, Brett or whatever his name was learning the Animosity songs and like, it was like literally the most. It was like I was in at war, like, I was like dodging shit.
Yeah.
I wonder why they practiced in Santa Cruz.
Oh, because I don't. Brett was in. I think we just offered the place for Animosity to practice because it was like you guys didn't have your spot. Remember, because we had AAA mini storage together. Yep. And I think that spot was gone, and you just needed a place to try him out and work with him. I mean, not you, but
us. Yeah. I like the way this is being framed.
It's like Naveen is Animosity. You're there.
I was
spirit.
there, even though I didn't. Yeah. But yeah, that was super sick. The AAA mini storage thing.
Yeah.
It was like
you had a spot like Decrepit or Odious.
Yeah, Decrepit.
Both.
Yeah.
Oh.
They shared like one of the big rooms.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be like
we shared with you guys too. We shared.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we shared. Actually, we ended up moving out of your spot to get our own because we were, making all this money.
Yeah,
all
that
this
big
DM
old
money.
Unique
you got
leader money.
You got a unique leader check for like $20 or what?
Oh
no, I have a check here. I want to show you guys something. My check that just came in.
Oh yeah, Naveen has a
royalties.
check. Yeah. Oh shit, I just hit my head. But that's funny because Naveen had like a spot at AAA until we moved into this house like a year and a half ago.
Wow, I didn't even know they still allowed music. Actually, they do because I know Paul. I shouldn't say that, but a member of Slayer is there.
Dude,
he's
right
practicing all the time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
$12, motherfucker.
Damn.
Dang, that's how flesh romp money.
Fuck, dude. Jesus.
That's not really a royalty check though. That's Sound Exchange. Have you heard about this?
Oh, actually, everyone should know about this.
You should probably check it out. Like,
yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be rolling in the money, like
double digits.
You know what happens is we just wake up in the morning and Naveen goes outside and he grabs his $12 check and then he comes back to bed and he's like, "Baby, we've made it. Just let's go back to sleep."
Like, yeah, babe, it's all good.
Yeah.
You should just frame it, dude. Like, let me buy the check off. I'll give you $12 right now. Let me just buy it off you. Yeah. You can cash it through me.
The thing is, I'm gonna deposit this bitch. You better fucking believe it.
Well, mobile deposit it so you can frame it.
There you go.
But apparently, like a friend, I don't know if my friend wants me saying who it is, but a friend of mine
Who
was like,
listens to the podcast every week.
is listening right now.
Yeah.
He's a complete nut job. He was like, hey, dude, I just signed up for this sound exchange thing. He was in a pretty big band.
Okay.
But he was like, yeah, there was like a couple grand sitting in there for me. And I was like, damn, dude, I'm going to check it out, dude. You know what I mean? So it's basically like, it's not royalty. It's like some sort of digital performance royalties. Like, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
No idea. But I put in there, I tried to like put all the money. I tried to be shady. Like I was like, I'm just going to put that I'm 100% animosity and just take all the money.
Whoa, you're definitely getting arrested after this podcast. Leo is on here like...
Because it asks you, it's like, all right, what projects were you involved with, right? So it's like, all right, I put them all, and when it got to Animosity, I was like 100% sole proprietor. And then...
And they're like $24.
Nice. Way to incriminate yourself,
so I was like, 100% Animosity. I was like... I'll see what it is. If it's a lot of money, then
you'll tell the others.
I'll see what it is.
Yeah.
And, then,
and when you see what it is, we're taking it to Florida
I knew
on a
it
trip.
wasn't going to be that much money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it was, like I said, if it was like 1,000 or a couple, I'd be like, hey guys, we got some money, blah, blah, blah. Because I know they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So I did. And then I tried to even say that I was 100% flesh rot. Mm-hmm. But they're like on it. They were like, how are you 100% of Animosity? There's a bunch of other people in the band. They like looked it up.
Well, yeah, because you have to be under
right,
ASCAP.
well, I guess it's just 20% then.
And they probably have like so many.
kidding.
They probably have so many like bad breakups of bands, and the other band, like one of the members, like I'm gonna take all everything I can get, like
Totally.
try to screw it over.
So I think I had to do 50-50 on flesh rot.
Yeah.
And then I had to do 20% Animosity.
Jeez.
But I think when I first signed up for it, I want to say I got a couple $100.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
something.
you might go sign up.
I mean, I know Carrie for Son of Aurelius, that's his band. He decided to do the putting out the album himself and paying for everything. Mm-hmm. And I think, I don't know how he gets all the royalties of everything. And what do you sign up for that? Does it sound
like
or
that
something?
deal.
Or?
No, you go through CD Baby.
CD Baby, that's what he did. And I think he actually made his money back, but I do kind of wish that he went through a label and just toured and made the merch money or something, because like the promotion of that album didn't get anything.
Under a Western Sun.
Yeah.
I feel like no one has heard of that album really.
And it's one of my favorite personal albums. Like,
well, I think it's the best Son of Aurelius for sure.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Me too.
I mean,
and it's the only one that Riley's on.
Yeah.
That's the problem with self-releasing. It sounds cool
Exactly.
until nobody fucking hears it.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, man. We've been wrestling with this for the past couple of years because we were on Spine Farm, which is a subsidiary of Universal, and we were only on it for one record. And we were like, okay, we're going to try self-releasing. So we put out a single last year, and it's just like, sure, it's fine. It was fine putting it out. We made our money back. We just did it here. We made money off of it, but it was like in the long run, it didn't go as far as it could have gone had we just released everything on a label. So like now putting out our album, we're like, we signed to a label and we're like, we're going to go back to the old fashioned way. It's just a lot of pressure.
No, totally.
And you're always going to, I think that no matter what, you're going to be like, this record didn't get enough traffic, but at least if a label is putting it out, you're like, well, it was a valiant effort and like it wasn't completely on me.
Have someone to blame.
Yeah,
I mean,
they have someone to blame.
To me, it's like, signing to a label is like you're even. Like you're just immediately even, probably going to be even forever. You're probably not going to get anything. It's going to be like, I kind of, see as labels, they do something for the band to help the band to get promotion so you can go play shows now. It's pretty much what a label is to me. Or it's a bank with a 0% interest loan that you pay back with.
Right.
And, right now we're getting, actually Odious, we're negotiating with a couple labels right now because we already have an album done, actually.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, just because the last one, that's actually what I wanted to kind of get into a little bit.
Let's get into it, dude.
Yeah, because that one, we had our buddy recording it, and we haven't really ever gone into this, but he passed away in the middle of it, and all the guitars were done, and all the drums were done.
That's tragic, man.
Yeah, so in the middle of it, when we had to like get our files back and go through, it was super, he's one of our good friends. And so we're like, what do we do from now? All the money he has, we gave him the money and all this stuff, but we're not going to ask his family for the money back,
Right, of course.
because take the money. Like your son was awesome. We love your son. So we were like, all right, well, let's learn how to record.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. So we basically the drums were done, but very raw. And then I taught myself how to record bass. I did some bass and guitar on that, but I just was learning as I was going. And same with Casey was basically the kind of guy that was pushing us to get Ableton, get these plugins, do this, do that. And we just put it together with not really knowing what we were doing. We had a friend that was offered for free to mix it and master it, who was not a metal guy, who just did a good job with what he gave. We gave him like pretty raw stuff, like like home recording pre-prod stuff.
Yeah.
And he did what he could with it. It's got actually a unique kind of caveman, like old school sound to it.
Yeah.
That's how we had to go with it. But this new one, that's why the production's a little different than Cryptic Implosion with Zach.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Cryptic was like, that we were still rookies then too. We didn't know what we were doing. We were all freaked out, and we recorded 20 beats per minute too fast. And like it was literally like me in Casey's ear playing bass.
Yeah.
Distorted bass, and we were just like freaked out. I'm like, oh, what do we do? Like
you mean like in the studio you were freaked out?
Oh shit,
yeah.
You were in the studio doing that. Okay, yeah.
That's Animosity style.
Yeah. No, we were just like, our guitar player couldn't make it, and we had no click, no nothing. And so I'm just like, I'll just play distorted bass in your headphones while you play drums.
Holy shit.
And that's how we had to do it. And I remember those tracks were so terrible that I was putting down, but they at least gave them the stops and stuff. But we were so excited that when our guitar player Dan came in to record, he was like, what the hell did you guys do? And we already pretty much were screwed. We couldn't re-record. We were done. We had no more money. And he's like, I don't know if I can play this like this fast. So you guys really kind of screwed the pooch on this one a little bit. Like,
damn.
And but no, he ended up being able to play to it. But yeah, that's why that album. I mean, I love that. It was definitely a great experience. It was definitely he looked back on it and like, fuck. Could have been, more solid but no, I kind of like the rawness and just freeness of it. It's definitely just like no clicks, just like right in your face. Like it's going to be what's going to be. You know what I mean?
That's kind of how I feel about every album. I go through like a grieving process.
Me too.
Of how horrible it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then after like a couple of years, there's like acceptance.
Oh, dude, totally.
Like,
I'm only just now coming into acceptance with our last album, and it's like 4 years old.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
not because, dude. And I personally will go through a period where I'm like, what the fuck were we thinking? Like that was awful.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I gotta get this off of Spotify.
I know. I will do that, and I'll be like, was the art a bad idea? Like, what the fuck did we do? Yeah. Oh my god, dude. I
Shady
can
and I
go
have
back.
gone so far. It's like, all right, we're starting a new band.
Yeah,
we're doing a new band.
Yeah, we've been like, all right, new band. Yeah, we need to start a new band. We should start over. Yeah. But in the long run, it's like I just feel like that after everything I do, and it's like the grieving process. You just kind of got to go with it. I'm sure.
When you're recording it, it's like this is the best thing ever, dude.
Yeah.
The next, people don't even know what's about to.
Totally.
Yeah, right.
Like my life is gonna be completely changed when this album comes out. That's how I feel right now. It's so fucking stupid. Like every time I fall for it, and I'm thinking of all these reasons why it's like, yeah, but this time it's different. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking of all these reasons why it's like. It's going to come out. Some people will like it. Some people won't.
Yeah.
It'll do okay. You'll go a little further with your shit, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Totally.
There's no other way to put it.
That's so true. So with the new Odious, did you guys go back to Zach, or what are you doing?
We're still figuring all that out. We really want, I don't know if I should be saying this, but we really wanted to do with the David Otero.
Oh, yeah.
Or Dave Otero.
That'd be sick.
That would be sick.
I hit him up, and I know he's really popular, and I know a lot of people are hitting him up and want his records from. I just emailed him, and we pretty much are assuming we can't afford him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we are with that. So I know, we have some friends that want to help, and maybe Zach, and just we want to Odious is a family project. It's
totally.
We want everyone involved, and we, want our friends to help with us. We don't, we're just trying to basically get the best recording we can this time.
Yeah.
A more professional recording, not like in our rooms recording.
Yeah.
That's what not that I don't think we've had not super sick recordings, but yeah, this time we were like, hey, let's get someone that we felt like was out of our range too.
Yeah.
So.
But what I will say is that every time that we like what we still haven't done with the person who we have working on this record is we haven't gone like out of our friend group to someone who we just absolutely don't know.
Just made friends with someone.
And when I have, well, we've been friends with him for a while now, but it's like what I have realized about this whole process is that it gets the weirdest when I try to go, or we try to go the most to like, we got to get that person because they're that. If we go too far out of the family group, then shit just doesn't turn out the way that we would have wanted it to or expected to. Because honestly, I tried to get a couple of artists to work on our new record, and it was for the cover, and it was a similar situation where I wouldn't get a reply or they were like too busy, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to someone who I know is gonna kill it. Granted, he's not a friend of ours; he's a new person who I have working on it, but it's a guy who works on a lot of metal records. It's not like out of the realm, you know. And I'm just trying to go for the easiest, most like close to us thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where we're going to with Casey. Casey was hitting me up like, let's just have a friend. Like, I want to feel, because I want to feel comfortable doing the recording.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't want to do a recording that's going to be like, I mean, Cryptic was like that and it came out great, but I mean, for what we thought it was going to be, because we were like all freaked out and jittery.
Yeah.
But we just want to chill and like, hey, have a beer.
Totally.
Like,
Absolutely.
high five.
You guys should consider at least doing the drums with Zach.
No, definitely. No, it's
really
it's all that stuff's in the hat right now. We're
Zach's
preliminary
the man and recording their rules.
Yeah, we are basically just talking to a few different labels right now and we have 3 offers. So we're trying to pick
awesome.
we're trying to pick the right one, and
that's awesome, man.
Probably shouldn't say that, but whatever.
Congrats.
That's cool. We haven't announced the label we're on either, and I always talk about it every week. Fuck.
We did say like we're signed.
Yeah.
Well, we actually did. We say we're actually signed. We signed.
Okay, nice.
But we were in the same. We were going through the same thing as you like 2 months ago. So I know it's a weird process because you want to make the best decision.
Totally.
You know, and I feel like coming from our angle, I don't think we've never had a problem with our labels, but we haven't necessarily chosen as in the same way that we did this time, like what label has the most bands that we would like to tour with, or
we kind of took like a more old school approach, you know,
this
like,
time around.
What label would I be the most stoked to like wear their shirt?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that sounds dumb, but it's like,
but it's true.
When you don't have that connection with it, it's I don't know. Like I want to be stoked all the time.
Me too.
You know what I mean? And I want to be like, the label that we're on has sick bands.
You don't want to be like, it's not like a punk rock label or pop punk, and you guys are the weird child on
exactly.
there.
Dude, I used to think it was so awesome to be the weird band on the label, but I've come to realize over time, the less green I've gotten, that it's like, it actually really helps to be on a label that knows what to do with your fucking band.
Yeah, that's why, we have a lot of, with our options and stuff, there is some, where money might be more here, but we know these people better. And
dude,
Joel, go with it. We've gone with the money.
We've
gone with the money, and it has not gotten us to the place that we've wanted.
One thing that's a little different with me personally is that I'm down to get paid $0. I just don't want to pay for anything. I want it to sound good. I don't want to pay any money. Like
exactly. Totally.
Like with a project All Realm with Carrie and stuff, like we might self-produce that one, where I'm down to pay for that because it's a brand new thing and we need to hear that, and like we need that to come out and stuff like that. But if Odious has got a name enough where we can get someone to put it out for us, and it's like, cool, you can have it, just put it out, make it cool, like
absolutely.
Give us like vinyl, like it's
I
want the vinyl on the wall because I'm getting all the albums I've been on like in vinyl and putting it on the wall now. So
I know I'm trying to do that for us too. It's like we're getting old. Let's get the vinyl wall going.
That's why I'm down. That's like 80% why I want to put out the album.
I agree, dude.
Totally.
Especially now that we've got a little more into like buying vinyl, I'm like, shit, dude, I want that vinyl.
I know.
Man.
I found like this on Amazon, like this. It's like only $40. So it like puts the thing, the art perfectly with the thing, and it's like I have like the one I want now, and I just bought a bunch of them. And
okay. Oh, not pro, motherfucker.
You're gonna have to
dude.
link me to that because I want one.
But I did decide to not drill into my wall for one of them, or not like hang it. I just used the sticky, the sticky things, and like there was just a big crash one day, and then I came up and it was like I had to get super glue and like put it back together, and it looks, you can't tell, but it kind of freaks me out a little bit. And I went back to those sticky things. I don't know what I'm thinking, but
what's up with those sticky things, bro?
I'm not gonna do that because our cat, I'm afraid she'll die.
You didn't want to put holes in the rental house wall?
Well, it's
is that the situation here?
Or is it a rental house?
I mean, it's a we were living in a way too nice a house right now, me and Trevor. Like, we're living in this awesome house, and it's getting a cool deal from a friend of his, and I just don't want to do any damage to anything, because I'm like, we're getting hooked up right now. I mean, we're paying a lot, but we're like living in like, it's like a 7 figures home, you know, like with a private trail to Nicene and like a beach view from my bed. Like,
that's amazing.
It's ridiculous.
I back that, dude.
Yeah, so it's one of those things I just don't want to touch anything. So sticky things it is.
I feel that.
You don't have a cat, do you?
Oh, I have a cat.
Dead cats when you come home.
I've put holes in the walls here, but it's like I'll patch it. No big deal.
Yeah,
you know, I do that shit for work. So
that's right.
You know, I'm crafty.
Yeah.
We also aren't. It's not us getting a deal from a friend. We have a landlord.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck it. We signed a contract.
They probably have to paint anyway, illegally or something like that. I don't know.
I think they do like after a couple of years or something. And the carpet's like 6 years or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe after 6 years, I'll be like, hey, I want to get rid of this carpet, yo.
Yeah,
what's underneath it? Is it wood?
I think it's wood. Yeah, because our closets have wood in them.
Oh yeah.
I'd much prefer wood, especially in the drum room. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
We have wood at our floors. It's definitely a different animal. I like in the morning when I have carpet on my feet.
Yeah.
And it's like cold, and I'm like, I don't know. It's such a
I would leave the carpet in our bedroom.
Yeah. It's nice to get out of bed on the carpet.
It's true. It is true.
I like where this conversation's going. Carpet, home improvement.
Is that why you moved back to Santa Cruz because you could move in with Trevor? Like, did you have a job lined up, or what was the deal?
It was I basically came out here for my birthday in July of 2018.
So wait, hold on. For those who don't know, Joel is from Santa Cruz. He and I knew each other way back when.
Both of you are from Santa Cruz, which
right.
the rest of the world should be jealous.
Yeah, we're bros.
Because most people listening probably have no fucking idea how gorgeous Santa Cruz is and how like jealous you should be that people live here and you don't.
How high up your socks need to be to your knee.
Yeah,
and how flat
like
your bill
you gotta have a
be.
flat bill, and you gotta have like a little Grom with you, like a little Grom kid. It's like, yo, bro.
A Grom is a
protege.
A Grom, for those who don't know, what you
protege Grom.
Yeah, is a bro in training.
Yeah, so all the bro dads have a little Grom, like a bro Grom kid.
Yeah, totally.
And they're like, all right, little bro, you're gonna have to like get on this skateboard.
Yeah,
and
they have like a little mountain bike.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah,
it's like, all right, bro, here's your first truck.
But anyway, we grew up here.
Yeah.
And
so that's why they're so Californian.
Very, very lucky to do so.
I can't stay away.
Yeah, and then I can't either. I fucking try. I've left a bunch of times.
Yeah, I've lived twice. Yeah.
Oh, really? When was the first time?
It's the best place to live, though. Dude.
I know.
It's
like
just rules.
And tour was what really like brought it home how awesome it is. Like I'd be going to travel Europe, and I loved Europe though, but like just the United States over and over again. My number one thought was like, I can't wait to get back to Santa Cruz. Like I just want to like get over that 17 and start going down. That's all I want to do.
When you breathe the air, dude,
that's the thing. It's or when you're coming up and you like hit Watsonville, you're like, oh my God, I'm fucking close to Santa Cruz. You can just, it's like a peace that comes over your body.
Totally.
I'll tell you what, dude, the first time when I moved to the city, I remember I came down actually to like potentially join Brain Drill.
Okay.
So I came down to jam with Dylan at Scobie's house. Mm-hmm. And I remember just being like devastated. Like I went to, cause he lived in Scotts Valley and there's like and there's like a Vallarta over there. And I went over there, I went to Vallarta.
Yeah.
And like just the air had that like mist in it. And
it didn't
burrito ratio.
Yeah.
I was just
didn't have the same smell that San Francisco has.
Like,
totally.
Fuck, dude, I miss it here so bad.
That's why the rule of thumb for leaving Santa Cruz is that you have to leave for 2 years and not visit.
Visit.
Yeah.
But honestly, that was the worst. And then after that, I was kind of like, yeah, whatever, I'll leave.
That's pretty much what happened with me. It was my birthday. I think it was 2018 or 19. Shara, and Trevor, Carrie, a bunch of my friends were together to go see Gojira and Behemoth. That was my birthday. And Jared.
Where was that at?
It was at Shoreline.
Oh, I think we were gone when this happened.
Yeah. I think I even hit you guys up about it. But it was like we got a van together. We ended up not using it, but we're gonna get a big group of people and just go to this big show with like Behemoth and all the cool, fun stuff or whatever. And Slipknot. It was a Knot Fest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Got it.
So, had a good time, and Trevor and Shara took me aside and were like, we want to get you back here. What does it take to get you back here? Because I was like visiting all the time. And like, I'm just going like monthly. I'm there.
Because you moved to Sacramento.
Yeah. I lived like northern Sacramento. So they basically put that bug in my head. I wasn't really happy with where I was at. I was living in an apartment, a single room apartment, just me and my cat. But it was like in a weird spot of Sacramento. And I was just kind of like, and I'm just making enough to survive. And it's just like, I can pay rent fine. And I can have the beers.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
that's about it, though.
Cyclical as fuck.
Totally.
Yeah.
So it was just the same thing over and over again. And so they put the bug in my head at the right time. And then Trevor was like, so my family member is a manager because I do like information technology, IT stuff. Mm-hmm. So she's looking for exactly someone with your skill set. And I don't know why I didn't bring this up. He was like, I was like trying to get you back out here, not knowing that my sister is basically running the same kind of department that you're working at now, with more money, like more everything, like basically like
Insanity.
A killer job. Yeah, it's like super killer. Yeah. And so I decided to try it out, and it's been like the best experience. I'm like, Carrie always jokes around and calls me fully funded Joel now, because it's weird to see you fully funded. Like, what kind of crap you buy? Like all these random guitars. I have like this like 48-inch like wide monitor like sitting there now.
That's
like,
that's how you know you made it, when you have one of those curved monitors.
Yeah.
Hold on. Do you have 5.1?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's when you've officially made it.
We talked about it today. Me and Trevor were talking about getting a Bluetooth one. We were
Yeah.
talking about this morning. Yeah.
Dude, 5.1 is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. It's like, we don't have it, but my friend has it. And it's like, I mean, it's the greatest listening experience ever.
Totally.
It's the closest thing to seeing a band in real life that I've ever experienced.
And they're recording some stuff in 5.1 and, like 7.1, like musical DVDs and stuff where you can have the snare over here.
Yeah.
Like weird stuff
Steven
going on.
Wilson went back and remixed a bunch of he remixed like Yes and a bunch of other albums like Dark Side of the Moon and shit. Okay. And it's like, it's in 5.1 and it's incredible.
That's insane.
It's just, I mean, in watching movies in 5.1 is the coolest shit ever.
Totally.
Totally. I'm on such a 5.1 kick that it's like I sound like a drug addict.
Well, what sucks for me is that I'm deaf in one ear.
Oh yeah. So it's only like 2.6.
It's like 2.5 point 0.05.
2.5.1. 2.5. Yeah, I mean that's the thing about that is the thing about Santa Cruz though, is it's very tight knit like that. Like, oh yeah, I know somebody who has.
We all know each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, in order to like get something sick,
totally.
Like we lived in my mom's backyard for quite a while, and then.
Well, we lived in a barn in her backyard. Yeah. We didn't just like camp there, which we could have done.
It was a barn though.
Yeah, it was a barn.
So that's how we kind of came back here, and then we landed this super sick spot.
This is sick, man. I love it here. This is very cool.
Yeah, it is. I love the location because it's like we can make noise and stuff.
I mean, we could hypothetically have 6 shows here, but it's like we're at that age now where it's like, do we want to bring people to our house?
It's the cleanup, dude.
Yeah.
Not only that, I don't want people knowing like about my
that too.
Shit.
And
you guys have equipment and stuff everywhere.
Well, I don't know if you remember this happening like years and years ago, but right after we moved out of the Animals as Leaders lived in a house together in LA, right? Mm-hmm. I lived there. And right after we moved out, someone came in and stole fucking everything. And Naveen and I were the people to find it because Animals was on tour. And we like went over to check out the house for them. And I noticed some guitars were missing. And I texted Tosin and I was like, dude, did you guys take all of your guitars with you on tour? Yeah. And he was like, no, are you joking? What are you talking about? Yeah. And I called him and I was like, dude, someone has fucking stolen everything. And they stole Hov's Blazer. And
because we had a bunch of big parties.
We had huge parties. And I think that was why.
Who was there, or maybe a neighbor poked his head in and was like, hey, these fucking idiots have,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So now
it's
granted,
like if we had a party, it'd be chill, but
and it'd be like our homies because we know everyone in Santa Cruz. But there's still that like, what if someone comes who we don't know, and like we have a lot of like musical equipment here. You know, no one wants their house broken into.
Us too. Like we do a pretty hardcore vetting process. If anyone's
send
over to
like,
our house, like,
photo ID.
Yeah, and they're like, we've had people go like, oh, is it cool if I bring over and so and so? I'm like, tell me, like, I need their phone number and social security number.
Yeah, at least their face.
I'm thinking photo ID. I'm thinking photo ID.
I'm thinking at least full name for Facebook and Instagram.
Totally. No, I'll check it out. No, if someone goes like, oh, it's my friend Rachel, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
She looks a little shitty.
Yeah.
Is she doing meth when she was younger?
Dude, that's amazing.
Denied. Access denied.
That's amazing. It's like, I'll get back to you.
yeah. It's like, actually got canceled. I don't know.
I mean, that's fuck. That was what I would. But we have been wanting to do a party since, I mean, the COVID thing shut everything.
Well, you guys had a housewarming party, right? I missed that. I was out of town or something.
So we moved in, had the housewarming party, and then it was like winter and stuff, and then
COVID. So we only had one party here.
Yeah, but the party was fun as fuck.
I know. I'm bummed I missed it.
I took advantage of no neighbors. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I turned my monitors up like as loud as they those things fucking get loud.
Well, you know Mike M.
Yeah.
So Mike came over at like 3:00 in the morning in typical Mike fashion. He just showed up then, and then he started playing drums really loud. And it's like
he asked me first.
Yeah, no, it was a good thing, but it's like you couldn't really do that next to a neighbor.
Like, oh, do you think I can play your drums? I'm like, yeah,
try it out, bro.
I don't care, whatever. Fuck it.
No, that guy gets you lifted. I'll say every time he comes around me.
That's the truth.
Yeah. I will run to the forest.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Last time that we hung out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But so you came back. You've been back for like a minute now, right?
It's December of 2019. So about a year and a half.
Do you see yourself leaving again? Do you think about it?
Well, the thing is right now, like, I'm doing so well, financially, which has never been a thing in my life that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been stable with a savings account that's growing.
Totally.
Like, I've always been like enough to get by, and I got like a $200 savings account just in case like my tire pops or something. Like, it's never been.
So band guy.
Yeah, totally.
In a band, basically.
So now, fully funded Joel is kind of worried about leaving town and like having to. With this job, if this job fell through. Surviving in this town, the expensive, obviously the cost of living and stuff, it'd be admission. It would be something I have to really take a cut on. Yeah. Right now, the pay good and stuff, and like you said, it has to do with Santa Cruz. So Santa Cruz is like people. There's someone that's way more qualified for my job. There's someone that's like would shred me like in a minute. But it's because I'm part of the community that I have it. So
that's real.
That's how it is here, man. It's weird.
Totally.
It's like very
living too, like
that.
getting like your place. Like you'll get your deals through people you know. You're not going to find it usually through Craigslist. Usually it'll be like, sometimes you will. We have, but it's kind of like nowadays if you want that real prime spot, you need to go through a friend of a friend or something like that.
It's true.
I think we just got really lucky here. Like the listing was on Craigslist, but it was. Like, the pictures were terrible.
They were really bad. I didn't even want to look at the house at first.
Damn.
And Naveen talked me into it.
And the price was kind of low, like...
Which is worrisome sometimes.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of weird, you know?
Yeah.
And it has, like, a fence, it's like not a picket... What is it a picket fence? What is that? What would you... Oh, chain link fence.
Chain link fence.
It has a chain link fence, so it looks a little weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think there's something to that. And then, the rest is kind of...
Well,
we hit it off with the landlord.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier, it's like we came here and we didn't want to tell our landlord that we played metal. We I
wore a button-up shirt.
We dressed very Christian.
It's like having a pit bull kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And we were like, we're not going to tell them we play music or that we intend on playing music here. But when we got here...
Go totally straight.
But it came up because he had a studio in the garage. And then he was like, oh yeah, I was crew for Pantera back in the 90s. And I know Monty from Nuclear Blast. And we were like... What? Oh my God! How the fuck did we land this?
Yeah, when I played on that Machine Head song, he texted me great job on that Circle the Drain, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. That's super awesome.
This is what's going on here, dude.
Yeah.
But even though we did find it through Craigslist and stuff, it's like you gotta be here for a long time to get something
you gotta
like
get your claws into the community.
That's just how it is, man.
But also, that's another thing about Santa Cruz is the metalheads per capita is fucking crazy. Yeah. There are so many metalheads here. There are so many bands here. You're here, Chase is here, we're here, Jared's here, Inanimate is here, Decrepit, fucking bands I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but it's it's the metal community is fucking thriving here. It's crazy.
With going to Sacramento, and I brought this up on our podcast a bunch, but Sacramento scene is probably the biggest right now. As far as
the shows were huge when there were shows.
We'd go there because there'd be shows probably 3 shows a week that I get to go to, and I literally would be a Tuesday night. My friends would go Gabe Seberg would call me up and be like, hey, this band's playing, and I would show up there on a Tuesday night, just whatever, I'm bored. I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment with my cat. I'm going to go check it out.
Totally.
And it would be sold out.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
I know.
and with the bands I've never heard of.
Dude.
And I was like, dude, this scene is you got Ultra Beast and Kennedy Vale and the Odious Construct, Flub, Symbolic, all these bands coming up on artisan era bands kind of popping up over there.
Totally.
And that scene is probably the most impressive right now I was sad to leave it. I finally got completely ingrained in it. I was going to all the shows, friends with all the people, And then like I got the job and I was like, I gotta sell out, guys.
Yeah. You know what's fucked up is I'm in this group on Facebook called like the Technical Progressive Metal. Are you in that group?
I'm in that group. Yeah.
Okay, well, did you see someone write in that group the other day? You know, Canada and New York and Florida are all repping for death metal, but what's up with the California death metal scene? And I wanted to go in there and be like, dude, what in the fuck are you talking about? Like, California's death metal scene is...
Oh, he was saying in a negative way.
Like, where are the bands from California is what the person was saying.
Well,
where are the California
those are people,
bands?
They just don't, I mean, they're not rural. They got into it recently.
Yeah, you
know
have
what I
to
mean?
have, because dude,
Yeah.
I mean, even when I was coming up as a kid in Iowa, all of my favorite bands were in California. Like the tech scene was coming out of California.
Totally.
And even now I feel like next to Canada, there's so many fucking California like progressive or technical death metal bands that it's like it would make your head spin.
Yeah, like Montreal and Canada's got it on lock too. It's pretty much Canada and California are the two craziest spots for metal, I would say. I mean,
that's what I would say too.
It seems like a lot of the like ultra brutal bands though are coming out of Europe, like Italy and Spain and
that's true.
Every time I'm like sifting through bands on YouTube and shit. Totally. And it's like ultra crazy brutal. I'm like, okay, they're gonna be from like Portugal or like Spain or like
true.
a southern Europe country.
It's it's the more like slamming bands, I feel.
Yeah.
Like the progressive tech scene is like California.
Totally.
There's so many bands from here. I mean, naming them I would forget, but there have to be hundreds. I mean, Unique Leader.
Yeah. That's pretty
Metal
much.
Blade is in California.
I attribute that, of course, because I'm like older, is that 2010 and before California death metal scene was like off the hook. You know,
it was that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Severed Savior and Vile and that's what got me into it. Was going to the pound and checking out. I forget who it was, but Deeds of Flesh played, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And they like scared me. They like were like wearing like Raiders jerseys and shit. Like I was like a little freaked out. I'm like, dude, they're gonna kick my ass. And I hang out with them after and like, "What's up, man?" How's it going?
Totally.
But I got ingrained immediately, and that's pretty much that whole scene was Severed Savior is pretty much, and Decrepit Birth. Decrepit Birth, I literally would listen to in my room in my boxer shorts, and I would air guitar it, like pretending like I'm on stage, and then 5 years later I'm on stage with them.
I know. How did that happen that you got into Decrepit?
So the old bass player at the time I think was having issues with the next tour that was coming, which was Black Dahlia Murder and Hate Eternal and 3 Inches of Blood. And so I kind of was like, hey, if you guys need, we practice with the same drummer. We practice at the same spot. We're all friends. Like, if you need a bass player, let me know. I'm down. I'm fucking 22 or something, 23.
Yeah.
I gotta do whatever. That
was like AAA mini storage era.
Definitely. And so bass player couldn't do it. And then Bill called me. I was like, hey, offering it to you, but we're leaving in 2 weeks. And I was like, fine, that's totally. I know what your songs.
I got that 200 bones in my savings.
Dude. I'm ready.
Fully funded.
Exactly.
McDonald's every day, baby.
Fully funded.
Fully funded Joel. Fully funded Joel's here to serve you in Decrepit.
That's Fully Funded Joel 2003.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's sick. So you did a bunch of shit with them because you did the tour that I did. Summer Slaughter.
Yep, the Animals tour. Yeah,
2010.
That was one of the more awkward tours of my life, having you guys open for us, because I was like, this is not correct. And I even told Tosin that because Tosin be just jamming all the time. But I remember walking up to him like, dude, you guys are gonna be headlining this in 2 years. You guys know that, right? Yeah. Like, you guys are the second band right now. Like, it was like Vital Remains on that one?
Yeah, it was Vital Remains touring in a Blazer.
I remember that lineup.
And then us second. But every tour that I did with Animal, I was only in the band for like 2 years. So every tour we did was like opener. Like,
Carnifex, right? Carnifex. Was Vale, am I on that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. We had Scott on the last podcast.
Wasn't the Faceless on it?
And we were talking
they were
about
probably
that.
on everyone.
I know the Faceless has been on, like, for them to not be on a Summer Slaughter is more weird.
I think I've toured with the Faceless like 9 times.
Yeah,
I've done like 10 tours.
Never toured with the Faceless.
Never.
Really? Well, their touring has slowed down in the years that I've been super actively touring, the last 6 years or so.
But yeah, it was Decapitated headline.
That's right.
And Cephalic Carnage.
Cephalic, yeah.
Oh damn, that's what was that potentially Cephalic's last I
don't know, man.
Full-fledged tour?
That's how I met Nick, though.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick's the man, dude.
And Fleshrock came out on that tour.
Oh damn.
I went and bought it at Hot Topic.
Wow, that's super sick.
Yeah, on that tour. And then let's see who else was on it. So Decrepit, cephalic, decapitated.
After the burial?
Was
Carnifex.
Chase in Decrepit at this time?
Chase was on the tour too.
Decrepit, yeah.
So you guys were in the band together?
For about 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Together. Yeah.
Okay.
About a year and a half, 2 years, something like that.
But he joined after you?
Yeah.
Because
I think it was 2007 when I joined.
Oh, okay.
2007 or 2008, something like that.
And he joined probably a couple years after Animosity broke up, I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, actually what happened with Decrepit was they kind of just took Odious. They took Casey, Dan, and me from Odious and to fill their positions, and we were just kind of like this ultimate California incestual band. We were all the same members.
Totally.
Yeah. We're basically just would show up with a different logo behind us.
Yeah, totally. I feel like to some extent bands still do that. There are still
it's slim pickings. I mean,
homogenized.
Yeah. You make
especially with drummers. There's 5.
Yeah. Like Gabe's in every band.
I know. I've been working on something with Gabe. It's he's in every
I'm the only person
band.
that's never been in a band with him. I think. That's so weird. Yeah. No, but basically it was that for a while. Chase came in. I was at the point financially where it was an All Show Paris All Show Paris tour. I forget. With Decrepit, and I was in 2011. I was I am broke pretty much, and this tour needs to freaking kill it for me to survive this.
Yeah.
And I just moved to the Sacramento for the first time because I moved there for a year in 2011-12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was working at Guitar Center doing the whole thing. And I know, I was told just talking a Testament and stuff. They're all from there too. But no, it was basically this has to really take off for me to do this because there's been tours where we do really well and there's been tours where we're negative.
Of course.
So it was not the flip of the coin that I wanted at the time. I was all right, I'm 27. I really need to start thinking about because I'm not I'm just in these bands. I mean, Odious is kind of a little bit my band with Casey and everyone, but Decrepit is I'm just jamming with these guys.
Yeah.
And they're my bros and I love them to death and I still talk to them and hang out with them all the time. But
it makes sense though. It's not
just finally I just I'm trying to do the settle down, possibly get girlfriend full time maybe a kid. I don't know. Things all this is running through my head, And it was super running through my head right then. And I was I'm gonna call. I called Murray. I called Nick Shangelis. I called.
Is that how you say his fucking?
I don't know. That's how I say it.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Finally, someone says his last name. I can't pronounce it for the. I've never known how.
Just don't look at it.
Singelis. All right.
I have it in my phone. And it's funny.
I just call him Shins.
I put Shin and then there's a bunch of letters.
Yeah.
That's when I met him on that tour. I was just making a joke, but every time I see it now. Yeah. Anyway, you were trying to basically
just fill my position. Yeah. So and we got Derek who's the original bass player from Suffocation.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's solid.
I know. And I was that's sick. You got to get the original one if you can.
Yeah.
And he did a tour with them and then they ended up finding Sean. But I will forever be indebted to those guys and bringing me on the coolest tours I've ever been on into Europe, and all the fun stuff has been because of Decrepit, with the travel memories. I mean, the first Odious tour was super fun too. It was with Decrepit too. Decrepit was there. But no, it was the best time of my life. I look back on it fondly, like you're saying. I look back on it super fondly, and I miss it all the time.
Yeah.
But I remember
it's hard not to miss it.
But I also was in the back of the van, wanting to kill myself. Not literally, but just I can't. This is after week number 2 on tour. I'm just this is the dumbest thing. It's actually I played that one Decrepit show with Decapitated at the Catalyst. Remember, just one-off show, Decrepit and Decapitated.
That was a few years, probably 7 or 8 years ago, right?
2015
yeah, I was
or something.
totally there. Yeah.
Didn't
Chase play?
Yeah, it was Chase and Alex Bent and me on bass because the bass player lived in New Jersey or something, and they were just
Did Son of Aurelius play?
No.
We
saw them at a different show.
We saw them with Last Chance to Reason, way back in the day. That was
I saw them
the first time that
Catalyst.
I came to visit. Oh, Son of Aurelius.
We saw them at the Catalyst.
Yeah, I saw them opening for, ironically, The Contortionist as well.
And Polyphia and stuff. I was on
at
guitar.
that show.
Yeah. That was the worst show of my life, or second worst show of my life.
That was the last time I saw Brian Shields.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was at that show. But and that's the night I met Anoop.
Yeah,
Naveen was in Europe.
Oh, okay.
It was literally right before we started Entheos, a month before.
Did you play the Animals as Leaders Catalyst show with Thrice?
No, that was the first tour that I didn't do.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, that was sick. When I first quit, I was like, "Yeah, I'm free." Fucking, you know what I mean? When you first are not in a band anymore, you're like, I can just do anything I want, and I don't have to think about like if I'm gonna have enough money to do this tour, or like, because at the time Animals was small. It's not like they are now. Now I'm sure they're not, obviously not worried about. They go on tour to get their money, but like at the time, they're building it up, so it's like you got to think about that kind of stuff. It's like a huge sacrifice.
It is.
I remember we lived in that house together in LA, and Animals had enough money to pay the rent every month,
which is amazing.
Yeah, which was amazing because our rent was sort of expensive, but it was like when they got paid like $700 because I did merch on their first headliner, and we went on tour and everyone got paid for the first week, and you guys each made like $700.
I was like, let's go to the mall.
We thought we were fucking, and I got paid my merch money. We thought we were the richest motherfuckers in the
place. On me, dude.
Yeah. No, I literally went to the mall and bought like new shoes
because, dude, all year we had been surviving in this house in LA. None of us had any money, but we were like partying every night. We were finding the free LA parties to go to. It was totally like early 20s band shit.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it's not like we were trying to like get a job or anything.
No, there were no jobs to be had. That's why it was like, all right, Cheney's doing merch for us on tour. Kalela is coming on tour. It's like the girlfriends are coming. No one's paying for shit.
Let's go have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like back to that Decapitated Decrepit show. So you came up to me though. You just nailed it. You came up to me right after the show because I just did one show.
I kept it real, didn't I?
It was a sold out one gig, just sold out like with Decapitated.
Okay, I remember that. I remember the show. Now I remember.
And you came up to me, you're like, dude, you're living the dream. You play one show and you're just done. You just walk away, like with your hands up and just walk away. Like I'm fucking.
I know. I remember we had a conversation about it. We were like, you know what? One show. I'm satisfied. Good to go.
Yeah, you were over to at that time. You were like never again at the time.
Totally.
It was.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's
and dude,
sure.
I mean, fuck, I don't regret it. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, there's been moments where I'm like, damn, that's pretty sick. I turned that down. But for the most part, I mean, it's been sick. My life's been fucking amazing.
Totally. So, you guys are crushing it. You guys are like on the way over here on the Uber, I was like, they're like the death metal White Stripes over here.
I mean
the Black Stripes.
Yeah, I mean
Satan's stripes.
Since we set that up, it's been way sick.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean the way that we can go on tour and I don't really have to like leave my life behind. Because when you're with somebody and you go on tour and they don't, I mean, that's tough.
That's tough. That's super tough.
Because
I don't know people do it actually.
I don't either. I really don't either. And like, there's just a whole world, it's like there's inside jokes that happen and like
totally.
And it's amazing that like, sorry to be sappy, but it's amazing that when we go on tour together, it's like Cheney is like in on all the inside jokes, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Can hang and have fun and like, she just does her thing as one of the guys.
It's like
blah,
a little
blah.
vacation for you guys.
It really is, and that's the thing about our band. It's like we've been. I've always kept that in mind. Like I'm sacrificing. I mean, my life is the band basically, but at the same time, I realize that I'm not sacrificing quite as much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, on the other side, it's like we don't have the like option for one of us to be at home like making money. If one of us doesn't make money, the other person doesn't make money.
So that's hard.
That's also been something. But it's been really rad. But I mean, dude, I totally like the leaving bands thing. You brought up a really good point, I think, because I say this all the time, because the kind of bands that we're in have somewhat of a rotating lineup. Mm-hmm. And it's like when you aren't the main songwriter in a band, it doesn't always feel great to sacrifice your whole life to go and do something that's kind of someone else's dream.
Totally.
And that is a thing in our band. It's like, well, Naveen's always been the main songwriter, and I'm obviously a main songwriter because of the lyrics and the vocals. So my voice is always out there, and it's like I think that's made it a lot easier for us to stay in the band together because it's like us pursuing our thing, And I always understand it's like you're kind of playing someone else's music. Definitely. So I get why you wouldn't want to be in a band where you're doing someone else's
don't
thing.
get me wrong. If it paid me $10,000 a month, that would be breezing. I would be
totally.
Sleep, I would be Matt Sottelo's personal pillow.
Totally.
I would have to sleep on my stomach every night. He's my brother. I love him.
Totally.
But if it paid, if it was like if the risk reward was higher with the reward part,
Exactly.
then maybe I would not.
It's a lot of risk and
a lot
very,
of risk.
very little reward.
Totally.
At least for a really
Definitely.
long time, because the type of bands that we're in take a fucking long time to build. It takes a long
yeah.
time to
Yeah.
get to that point where you're the band that everyone is coming to see. Because most of
Definitely.
the time it's support tours.
Yeah.
And support bands don't make a whole lot. You know,
Definitely.
we've been out supporting the hugest bands in the world. Like, probably the biggest band that we opened for, I'm not going to say who it was, but we got the lowest guarantee going out for them. And it's like, people think that because you get these tours, you're making money.
Yeah.
And support bands don't really make a whole
Yeah.
lot.
I think it takes 10 years to hit.
Yeah.
For the most part. Maybe you might be in one of these, because people look at these bands that like kind of blow up, you know?
Right
It's
away.
like, yeah, there's like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Every other band is just hitting it
Yeah.
until
Totally.
you're not going to be, probably not going to be one of the blow up overnight
Well,
situations.
Something else about bands that blow up overnight, granted, this doesn't happen with every single band that blows up overnight, but I feel like they end up lasting less time.
Yeah.
Like, it tends to be more like a product of
blip.
what's going on right now.
Totally.
You know? And so, I mean, it's something that I really think is worth working for, but you really, really have to be invested in what's going on, and you have to be making some fucking money.
Well, you guys have like a really unique situation that might actually, you guys have a chance to do something really big because, like it's kind of, you guys have your own unique sound to you. You have a mixture of, different kinds of influences from Surruption to whatever, the kind of odd timing stuff that you're doing. And then you have Cheney, who's like one of the best female vocalists for like metal in like the world.
Thanks,
so like,
Joel.
well, I mean, when
Thank
you
you.
have that though, I mean, like you have like, I'm not to bring out the gender card, but like you have like a badass female vocalist that gets up there, and that's that could be a recipe for something
Yeah, it's pretty
humongous.
cool.
Yeah.
That's like to me that gives you guys such a cool chance because it's different. It's not like the most common, like with the abnormality or stuff like that. Like they had something different about them, and everyone was like, "Whoa!" Like immediately, like even if they don't know your band, they're like, "Who's this chick up there rocking it with the like harder than the dudes?"
It is
almost,
true.
It's like,
It is true. There are people who like are immediately intrigued in a band because there's a chick in it. Like it's undeniable.
Yeah.
It's undeniable that that's a thing.
Naturally,
But there is also the thing where if I do think that people also will judge hard. So if it's a chick and she's not necessarily killing it, I think that it can almost go the other way.
Okay,
You know what I
gotcha.
mean? Whereas
There's no
like
middle ground.
abnormality is Malika's the fucking
Yeah,
shit.
she's awesome,
You know? But I mean, people are like that with guys too. It's like if you see a guy on stage and he sucks, no one's gonna give him the pass card. So
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it could be said for everyone.
It could,
but
I think just the intrigue that you're talking about, though. So you
It
immediately have that.
happens.
You have that when someone walks in the room. I remember walking in the room and seeing you guys with Summer Slaughter, and I know you guys obviously forever, and just seeing the kind of different vibe it kind of gave everything. Everyone's just kind of and seeing everyone look back at each other and be like, "Do this move."
Yeah.
Like that's to me that's like
That's cool.
That's a chance to like really.
That's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
For sure. Because you got to figure like, with the social media, Instagram culture and stuff, it's like, how do you grab that like real 5-second quick attention?
Totally. Yeah,
sure.
because they're just
So it's-
scrolling. Yeah.
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 I mean, it's something
Exactly.
different for sure. And I mean,
I think it's in your favor to actually
Definitely.
be something.
it doesn't hurt.
Well,
It catches
thank you.
people.
doesn't.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
definitely. But I mean, I think we still have work to do with like putting everything together and making it next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For sure.
Totally.
But like I said, I think it's going to take, we've been a band for almost fucking 6 years, I think. So
I think you guys-
it's going to
yeah.
take 10 years.
I see it as being like a long game thing. you
Totally.
know? I mean, when Naveen and I started this band, we were like, "This is what we're doing. We're doing this band. That's it."
Just do it. and
Because
see what happens.
because that is something that happens with bands. It's like bands will start to pick up steam in the like 6 and 7 year point,
Yeah.
and then everyone wants to quit the band.
Totally.
And it's
Yeah.
like there are so many things that could have been with so many bands that are like from back in our day.
Yeah.
Honestly, who I think should have been fucking huge, but they ended
Yeah.
up breaking up in the long run.
Or just, life gets in the way, and it's just like
It's true.
one of those things where if it's not, especially like a band like and stuff that we've done, we've toured with bands that are humongous.
Mm-hmm.
So like, seeing these like Whitechapel, who are all my good friends, seeing them blow up in the way they blew up and how and going on tour with Black Dahlia Murder and stuff, and seeing that end goal. And kind of, it's kind of the carrot a little bit. And a lot of people, when the carrot, they can't get to it quick enough. They're at like,
It's so true.
yeah, they're out of here.
It's so true, but then it comes to that question of, well, are you valuing the art, or are you valuing
Totally.
like the potential of like going and playing in front of a shitload of people?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. definitely.
So, but I don't know. It's like the older you get, the more that life things get in the way. So
it's something to think about for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another fortunate thing about me and Cheney being in the band together is that, you know, there's not one person being like, hey, I'm trying to, you know, have a family. And You know, it's like we combine our forces to do the band, or like
you guys could be you guys are the whole band.
Yeah. Like, so it's like, hey, you know, we got some money. Let's buy lights for the fucking podcast, or you know what I mean? So we're in it together. So that's like really helpful in that way.
Totally.
It's not just like one of our dreams and the other person's like, I'm just supporting my baby is, you know, getting her dream
That's awesome.
done. You know?
I'm sure everyone and a lot of people are jealous of you guys. You guys have that. You guys have that camaraderie and everything, and you guys are in with music into the same stuff, playing together. Like, to me, that's like it's like the family band, but a little bit more aggressive.
I mean, we should probably be more appreciative of that. Like day to day, we're like, fuck. We're fucked.
Yeah. We're like, fuck, we suck.
It is nice to have, like, it's not just a bunch of dudes, like it's like the whole male dude van thing. Like, that's like...
I've been told that.
The jerking
we were
off
having a conversation about that.
The jerking off goes way down.
The farting. I feel like the farting goes down a lot.
Farting goes down. It's
Granted, I'm the messiest one. Like, I'm super messy.
Yeah.
As I feel like a lot of my friends who are women are super messy
Not a messy
well.
farter, though, right? You're just
no, never. I would never do that. I'm a lady. I'm very much a lady. So,
I mean, I've toured, you know, with Cheney and without her. It's like the vulgar stuff. Not that anybody's like, oh, we can't talk about anything like that in front of her. It's just like, it just goes down.
Yeah.
It just goes down.
I'm sure it does. I've just never known.
You know,
so I guess
like the talk that's going to happen on tour and stuff, it's less.
So I guess when people are like, what's it like being a girl in a band? Because I get asked that all the fucking time, and it's like, I don't think it's any different, but I guess that the difference is that in the van, everyone's like a little less disgusting.
The jerking off is less, and like
here's the thing that I will say. There are a lot of stories I've heard about people jerking off in the Animosity van, but there are no Entheos jerking off stories.
Yeah, that's all secretive jerking off.
Yeah.
I guess there's not really many decrepit jerking off stories too. It's kind of just like, I mean, like Matt and Bill are kind of like, I mean, they're like a little older than us, so we were like the secret jerkers in the back. Yeah.
It's secret jerk society.
Hey, sometimes you gotta just, you know, take care of that problem.
Yeah, I mean that on tour too. I remember because pretty much most of the tours I've ever done, I've had a girlfriend. Like I've done like two without a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. So like, I was, you know, everyone was out doing their thing and stuff, and I would be like, I need to go jerk it.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down.
Take care of business.
Yeah. Calm the fuck down. Yeah, not just be like, you start seeing like humongous women, you're like, yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with humongous women, but women that you normally wouldn't be attracted to, and because like you were.
Well, it's like beer goggles plus tour. It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah,
a whole different ballgame.
God.
Yeah, but same here. I mean,
the shower. I think we talked about like that in like the first podcast episode we did. Is for me taking a shower after a bunch of guys on tour. I'm like kind of trying to be the first one in the shower.
Yeah, that's how it should be though. It should be ladies first. That, you know?
Well, let me in the shower first, everyone.
Like, what's that stuff not going down the drain?
Yeah, and then I'm like trying to push it down the drain with my feet.
You know what? Like on if it's a shower situation where there's like a bunch of tour guys using it, I just won't do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just no.
The only times I really turn down a shower depends on how long it's been. That's the main factor. If it's been over a week or something, I'm like, dude, I will like you guys can pee on me like right now.
That's like,
I need
shower.
A shower.
Yeah.
But like the freezing ones when you're the last guy, like especially like in Europe and stuff, we'd play these.
It runs out.
And stuff. It runs out. Yeah,
water heaters.
Exactly. You're just like, oh. Well, the headliner's got the cold shower. Like Tony Loreno's just finishing up right now. He'll let you get the cold shower and let your wiener go back inside your body.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. Yeah. I mean, I'll do it and I'll yell and scream in there and just handle it.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard.
I'm not a cold shower guy. I just can't do it.
I'm not either. But I've like on tour. Well, there's a couple sides to this coin, but I'll just fucking like bucket over the head.
Oh yeah.
In the parking lot. You know, if it's real hot in the summer.
Yeah.
Like, I've done that a bunch of times. When we did the Veil of Maya tour, we had, like, a camp shower.
Oh, yeah.
You just fill it up with water. I'll just hang that fucker on some stairs.
Yeah.
And just wear shorts and take a fucking shower.
Yeah.
Big whoop.
Well, but then we became hip to the Planet Fitness thing. So like on the last two tours we did, we were like fucking professionals.
Like $20 a month or something.
$20.
Yeah, so we were just like the band would pay for everyone's membership, and we would go before and after a show. So it was like 2 showers a day.
And then what we would do is like, okay, we're playing in whatever this next town. Let's find Planet Fitness that's like 2-3 hours away. And I would just drive us there.
And there is a Planet Fitness everywhere in this country.
Totally.
Like in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's still like that if a bunch of them closed.
No.
You know what's funny about Planet Fitness? I don't know if you guys know this about it, but I went to, when I first moved to Sacramento for the second time, I got a Planet Fitness, a brand new one that just opened. And I was like, $10 a month, like for this one?
Yeah,
like, Jesus Christ. Like it's brand new. All the equipment's brand new.
Yeah.
On every first Monday of the month, they serve everyone pizza.
Yeah.
And then like every like last Thursday of the month, they give everyone bagels.
I know.
And then they're like trying to keep people there. And I've literally gone there after a workout and just seen like humongous people, like after they worked out, just wolfing pizza down. Like, and then there's like 25 pizzas there. Like I could just grab a box and go with it. Like, they don't care.
And there's also like candy.
Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
Every front desk.
And I like when we were going, I was like hardcore, like I'm getting ripped. Fuck this. So every day I'd be like, see the Tootsie Rolls, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck this shit, man. You know?
Yeah.
Like, every once in a while, though, I grab one, but it's
really.
Like,
I've never grabbed a fucking Tootsie Roll from Planet
They're
Fitness
literally like, yeah, sign up, dude. And then you go up there with all the food. They're basically like, yeah, work out. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
Yeah. It's
I know.
Like,
or the employees. They don't like. They always have muffins and shit back there.
Yeah.
I'd always notice that
carbs like
I know,
everywhere.
I'm like,
I know.
It's what's going on here?
Yeah.
I know.
What's the deal?
Jeez.
But they also had, what were those drinks I was drinking all the time? Bang.
Oh,
Bang.
Yeah.
So I'll just go for a bang.
I just got a 12-pack of the new strawberry bangs.
Damn. I haven't had a bang since tour, but I was
haven't
like,
either.
I just like getting. I mean, actually,
bang on,
Carnifex with the touring with Carnifex, like me and Ryan, the big guy.
Yeah.
We got into the Four Locos, dude. Like we were, and they were brand new at the old school, like where people were dying and shit.
Yeah.
And we used to
Jade
call it,
and I have many a story about those.
Stage sauce. That was the stage sauce we called it. And like I would just do one and be like, yeah, like I'm on like cocaine and that's what it feels like. You're like on multiple things at once. And like and you're drunk, you're enough to go like, hey, what's up? Like slap people or high five and like do the whole crowd thing. But yeah, I got addicted to those. Not addicted, but it'd be one before every show for sure.
Yeah.
Like, that was,
I believe that's called addiction.
I just needed one every day.
I believe that's
I
addiction.
I think per definition, I think.
I think that's actually the.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, on the tour that we're talking about, I was hardcore into the bangs.
Yeah.
Well,
The
but
pina colada one is like the sleeper. Nobody knows about that one. That one is fucking so
that one's
dank,
so fucking good. But when Naveen and I first met that summer that we lived at the Animal House, it was a Four Loko world. That was what Naveen and I were
changed
about.
the landscape.
Dude,
I
we
remember
we would go to every we would go to clubs in Hollywood, and we weren't trying to pay for alcohol. So
Yeah, we had no money.
We had this shitty van. And Naveen and I would sit and party in the van in front of a club with like Four Loko and be like blacked out by the time we got in there. And it was like
2 or 3
those
and you're
Four
done.
Lokos will make you do crazy shit though. One time I was at the W in LA and I stole a drink from some rich lady.
That was another tactic that we used to do.
I just went and swiped. Yeah, we used to steal a lot of drinks.
Because you can go to a club, like if you're like a normal person, you're not looking out like this, but we're like, oh yeah, we don't. There's like, there'll be like a bar or like a table. Yeah. And there's just like 20 full drinks.
Yeah.
Just grab one.
Yeah, so we would go and grab
so we
some.
just grab drinks.
And I grabbed them from the wrong lady. And I got kicked out of the club. But then I was so wasted that I just snuck back around in the elevator and it changed the way I put my hair down.
As if they're not like talking to don't let the girl with brown. Every girl in LA has a short brown girl with brown.
Back and dude, we were
short girl with brown hair. Don't let her in. It's like.
But the Four Loko, that shit will make you do some crazy.
It's like a tequila times 3.
Yeah.
Kind of like weird. What's weird about tequila, because people always go like, oh, I get so crazy on tequila. I'm like, why is it any different? Well, it's because of the it's fermented with agave, which is it's the only stimulant alcohol. And that's why I was like, okay, that's why people get different on it.
Is that true?
Huh. Yeah. It's like the only one that's a stimulant. So it literally people get hyper and crazy and on it and for a reason. It's not, people get weird on whiskey too, but the girls going like, oh, I get so crazy on tequila. It's because it's got like an actual stimulant agave plant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Thanks, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, there we go. I can't really do that much tequila though, dude. I did so I have a half sister who I didn't meet until I was 21. And one of the first times we hung out, I played a show in Iowa City. I know you've played Iowa City. I don't know if you have. Gabe's in Iowa City.
It's like that small place. You have to go upstairs.
Probably.
You definitely have.
But anyway, my sister and I drank 13 shots of tequila together because I was getting the band discount.
Wait,
so I was like,
between you mean 26?
No, 26.
Oh shit.
No fucking joke.
That's me.
In
Dude,
my heyday.
I think I'm turning into a lightweight.
Yeah.
Because if I did that, I'd be like, I might die.
No, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I would be dead.
Right now, I'd be fine.
On the way back to Des Moines, I vomited down the front of my shirt. It was like really shot.
That's a move. Yeah. I remember one time we had someone, Carrie and I were in a cab. We had a girl laying on us. And we decided to drink gin for the first time. We were kids.
Oh, yeah.
And Carrie, we were driving down downtown Santa Cruz, and he just starts vomiting down his shirt to not puke on her face. Her face is in his lap.
In the front of his
Yeah, he's just all like, bah, bah, and there's jumps out at a stop sign. We're like, what? I guess he's gone. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. That's so disgusting.
Yo. I think my mic's fucked up.
I can hear you.
Check. There we go.
I can hear you. Let me get some of that Duvel.
Duvel.
So are you talking about what you're doing, the band you're doing?
Oh, the All Realm thing?
Yeah, is that
Yeah, Riley came on your podcast actually and was the first one to actually say something about the name.
Right.
And then which we were like, fuck it, we're down. We're not there's not going to be some big grand reveal. We were talking about making it Son of Aurelius again. Just because it's Carrie and Riley, and I was in Son of Aurelius live for very blip.
Yeah, but
isn't
isn't Carrie technically a Son of Aurelius? He is.
Yeah. That's him. That's pretty much the songwriting. I mean, there's always input from other members. Like when the first album and second album, there's the bass player Max wrote a song.
Max is sick.
Totally. Mm-hmm. And Spencer wrote a song. The drummer Spencer Edwards is great drummer. I don't think he's really playing anymore.
Yeah, what happened to him?
He's just an ultra smart guy, and he went to school and got a girlfriend. And,
he's smart.
Oh, he's
smart. Stay away from
he's
he's
smart. I didn't mean
he's just really smart.
He's not dumb.
Yeah. He's not a fucking moron. So he chose to go to school, get an education.
No, he's insanely smart though. Calculus degree. I don't know, crazy mathematics degrees and stuff like that. So he, his parents were awesome and let Son of Aurelius jam in the garage and soundproofed it and everything.
Dude, okay, I remember Chase talking about this guy because he had the sick garage jam place.
It was literally for me being 6'2", I had to do this because the roof was literally this much insulation, and it was probably 1.5 feet of insulation. So I'd be ducking in there, but it was awesome. You could play there at 2 a.m, in a neighborhood, a packed neighborhood, and no one can at all. You can't hear anything at all.
Whoa.
Yeah. They were super supportive of him. He was one of the better drummers in town. He was in Continuum and Son of Aurelius, and he did Attic Arcade with Trevor. And he's basically was, the protege of Casey, kind of him and Casey. Casey gave him lessons a bunch, I guess. And Casey always tells the story that he came there and just kicked Casey's ass on drums and was like, what the fuck do you want lessons for? He's like, get the hell out of here.
That annoys me.
When the kid, that kind of annoys me too, when the kid getting lessons comes in and they're like, look what I can show you.
Yeah, it's that you know you're better than me, and you just took a lesson to me to show me that I suck.
Yeah.
Let's not call it a lesson. It's called a hangout.
Yeah, it's called chilling.
Yeah, I'll have a beer with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Let's get a beer. I've actually done that before with kids on tour. I'm like, it's let's just get a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay me. It's all good.
It's you're fine.
It'd be more fun for us to go get a beer than for me to pretend that I know what I'm doing. Yeah,
totally. Totally.
Or sometimes kids will be they'll be what you're talking about, yeah, I'm getting a calculus degree, but they'll be terrible at drums, and I'm just just don't worry about drums, dude.
Yeah.
Why are you doing
calculus it up, bro?
Just you got your thing going. You don't need to worry about fucking trying to learn a lesson from me. Some guy in a parking lot. This is stupid.
Yeah,
some guy who gets excited over making $500.
Yeah,
not cool.
Give me a break. I'm excited. No, I'm excited. Forget about the 500. I'm excited when it's there's pasta or something at the venue. You know what I mean?
At the venue. Yeah.
What are you doing?
When my buyout is $10 instead of $5.
Man.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
Damn. It's like I might not have diarrhea tonight.
And then you're taking a shower after 10 people who have come in the drain.
No, I don't do that. Gross showers, dude. We've been on so many tours. I'm just like,
I'm
not doing that. I'm not going in there.
The grossest
especially
shower,
in Europe, dude.
Oh, dude.
just
The
God.
grossest shower I've ever taken was in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the
That was
venue. I don't want to
horrifying.
throw them under the bus. But, okay,
Was it in Prague?
No.
Oh, okay.
Close.
I don't think I took a shower in Prague. But, okay, so first of all, the sink was covered in like mold from years gone past.
It's like,
it was like from the 50s.
why
mold.
even go in there? Like,
And it was covered. And then the shower was disgusting. And it was this little like cube thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you close it and it was airtight. So the water would build up. So while I was taking a shower, the water got up to like my midsection, and it was just like grabbing the mold from the bottom of the shower and growing. It was
Why
like I
did
was
you go in there?
I was in the moldy Titanic.
It's like you're in soup.
Yeah, exactly. In a shower. And it wasn't draining because I would do because there was also cigarette smoking in this venue.
Okay.
And I would do anything to escape the smell of cigarette smoke in my hair.
Yeah.
Anything.
It probably is not very good for the voice, too.
I'm not that dedicated to showering.
It doesn't.
It's not my thing.
Oh, dude, I'm so
I like
dedicated.
it, but
I don't know.
In those kind of situations, it's like, nah.
I take 2 showers a day, so it's like.
I'm not that.
Actually, I did for a while just because when I got off tour, like my number one thing was like, I want to be as clean as possible for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because like there were some times like I remember in Europe I didn't shower for like a week and a half, and I remember like including the plane ride back, and we had a guy sitting next to me that was just like a normal guy, like not a guy with a vile shirt on that's been wearing the same vile. Because when I don't shower, I want to wear the same clothes the whole time. I'm like, I'm not putting on new clothes on this gross body.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I'm like, I don't like that. So
yeah.
My
just
thing
keep
is,
it,
I like for underwear. Like,
Yeah.
I have like this crazy like respect for underwear. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
New underwear don't go on unless I'm 100% clean.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's like
do you
you
do the
gotta.
same
It's like I'm
respect.
gross.
Yeah.
I'm gross, and just keep it gross. Like I don't want to grossify like new clothes.
I'm
yeah.
the same exact way.
Yeah, and I would get like for me, like I like to shower like 1 to 2 times a day, and so like getting used to that lifestyle, I would be like people would walk by my bunk on the bus and just be like, "What the fuck?" It's like, what did you like put on your body? Like how do you even? And then like I remember sitting next to people in the plane, they're just looking at me like, dude, like you smell like a butthole and a armpit like at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's gross.
but
I mean,
worse.
I probably was like, because I'm like really weird about smells and I don't like to smell weird.
I am too.
So like, I probably was over exaggerating like how I smelt at the time.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, I had the white sweat marks, everywhere. With
That sucks.
Yeah, I was just like full gross. Like
A thing that I will do though is like, I got my way. I got like little bum tricks. I'll like take a pair of underwear and I'll just wash them in the sink.
Yeah, that's called
a
whore washer.
Whore's bath.
Yeah, but that's like a whore washer dryer setup.
Okay, and then it's like you always have a fresh pair. So even when we were doing the Planet Fitness thing, what I would do is like whatever underwear I wore that day, when I was taking a shower, I'd like wash them in the shower.
Oh yeah.
And then it's every day I've got a nice clean pair.
You're also playing
That's
drums
nice.
too. Like
Yeah.
your region is
You're
going
getting
through more work.
very
than the average
wet.
person.
true.
At the end of the show, I'm soaked.
Dude, the other day
Every day.
I was watching this band that I'm into now called Kruangbin. Have you heard of them?
No.
So they're like a jam band, like a hippie type 60s throwback type, but also
I think we got a clip of them.
yeah. They sound exactly like that.
I was like, you had that queued up. There.
But they just play like real trippy music and they kind of like stand in place on stage. And all I could think of was how lucky they were for not sweating on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Because band clothes smell fucking the
That
worst.
offends me. We need to
worst.
pass legislation about this.
I just
shit.
want to throw
Who's the
this
worst?
out there.
Who's all of our worst?
They're
Name one-
from Europe, obviously.
so it's
Wait,
Flesh
who?
God.
That smells the worst?
Watain?
Should I actually divulge? Who
No,
it was?
you want to know who I think smells the worst?
Oh.
The drummer.
Oh, that was the worst.
Am I allowed to say this? I might bleep it out. Okay.
Hey, everybody knows though.
Yeah.
This one.
It's the drummer of He Smells Fucking.
Yeah, it was like you can't be in the same vicinity. But I think it's one of those some drummers do this thing where they wear the same shorts every night, but they just like they don't tend to the shorts.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
He smells like
dude,
he smelled like a
wash them in the fucking sink in the bathroom.
Okay, dude, I was in a band with a guy who was a pig farmer. I'm from Iowa. I was in a band with a guy who was a fucking pig farmer, and he would come to practice after he was done pig farming. The guy from this band smelled like 3 times as bad.
Jesus.
Dude, it was disgusting. Like, he would go in the shower room.
It's the mildew smell? Like a mildew?
But it's like,
moldy,
it's like rotten.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. Have you
Really
been to
bad.
this venue it's in Phoenix? That's like in the middle of a highway.
Yeah. No, it's in Arizona.
But it's like
it's
a
a
huge
bigger
venue.
Actually, we played there on Summer Slaughter 2010.
Oh, shit.
It's...
I don't remember.
You wouldn't.
You just like you walk in
You're
the
like
backstage.
Me. I don't know. Like people go,
it's all blur.
Oh, of course, dude. The upstairs. And,
dude. I know. No joke. You could tell me any venue, and I know like the layout of the venue. But I have a picture.
When I see it, yes. But then when people are like, "Yeah, it's the apartment in some fucking weird."
Yeah, you
city.
don't know anything.
I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know.
I know.
The guy with one eye.
Yeah.
Dude. When I'm there, I'm like, oh, okay.
But
I remember
in
every
this
show
venue,
I ever played.
okay, in this venue, you walk through the back, and there are backstages across the back.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude,
and
hold on a second. It's a
there's
bigger venue. There's a big parking lot. It's
huge parking lot.
It was one of the first.
Dude, it's
shows.
in the middle of highways.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
I
in
know what you're talking
Arizona,
about.
and like
I played,
you can if you
Twice.
go
I played there
walk
twice.
down the
played there.
street, like we're actually you
Is it a
don't know
theater?
it.
Is it a theater?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a theater.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And if
Yeah.
you walk up the street, it's like downtown wherever it is. It's in Phoenix or Tempe.
we play there with
or
Tempe. Or something.
Carcass? I don't know. I played there with Carcass, I think, once.
Oh, that's sick. You did a tour
But
with
Summer
Parker?
Slaughter definitely went there because I remember it because our AC went out. Like Animals was sharing a bus.
That's why you remember stuff. It's like when like shit goes wrong.
Yeah.
That
like,
is
you're
what he
disgusting on the
remembers.
And it was
yeah.
like 110 degrees.
man, I've had a
and like
tour
the
like
bus
that.
was just like,
You just sit there and you just get like in your boxers and you just let like the hot air. I remember we were basically the AC went out and you had to have the heater on for the shit not to overheat.
I know that.
And I'd be like through like 110 degrees in like Phoenix, and I'd just be like, we'd just be like all naked kind of, and just sitting there like with just like the hot air that's like kind of it's like
this sucks.
it's drying the sweat that's newly forming kind of thing.
Yeah,
like it's like
totally.
this weird cycle. it's like some like circle of life that you're gonna survive. We have water, so we're good. Like and we're just like fuck, it's good for the show. And then we show up and there'd be like 10 people there, like sick.
Yeah, dude.
Glad I
It's
did
like,
all that.
sick, dude. Totally. But okay, so at this venue we're talking about, there's one room that's the shower room. And so on this tour, no band went to the shower room. They were letting everyone just go in there and chill.
Yeah.
The drummer of this band went into the fucking shower room and he made the whole room smell like a pig pen.
I remember nobody was in there. Like
yeah.
everybody just cleared
So
out.
everyone left and
How?
we're all like, we're not taking showers. And I take 2 showers a day. But I was like, I'm not going in there because this guy smells like...
You gotta put like
Dude.
Vicks vapor up in your
Yeah,
nose.
yeah.
And just,
Also, how
straight up.
dare you do that on tour? How dare you do that when you're around that many people who are like, touring is very hard.
yeah.
How dare you smell like total crap?
Yeah.
You
I'm the same
know
way.
how you smell.
Yeah, I'm the same.
There's
way.
a
No.
band. Actually, I'll just say it was Flesh God Apocalypse. They were. I love them. I love them.
We have another band that we toured with that's European, and they smelled fucking horrible.
Well, the thing is, they were brand new as far as like the touring in America thing. So they would just like grab all their stage clothes that were like all the kind of like symphony, classical
Just
stuff,
throw 'em in
Yeah.
the
and
bin.
just throw them in like a bag, and then
Yeah.
just be like next show, and they would just be like the next day, like putting it on.
Yeah.
and
It's
just
like, guys, can't do that.
I know, and it just smelled disgusting. And I saw them again with I think Whitechapel or Black Dahlia, I forget. But I saw them and went backstage and hung out with them, and they like smelled great now. I was like, you guys fucking.
Yeah.
They just kind of like the sign of like they were the opening band on the Suffo tour. They basically were like brand new as far as touring. And I understood at the time. I was kind of mad at them about it. I was like, "You guys are disgusting! Like,
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
wash those things." I'd even tell them, like, "Dude, there's a fucking laundromat. Dude, I'll pay. Like, I got you, dude. I'll hook it up." And they just like stuck with it and just got grosser and grosser. And just like at the
Dude.
time, it kind of like was like a thing I thought they were doing on purpose to be like a black metal-ish kind of like gross like
Okay.
Watain
Oh, yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were broke. That's how they had to do it. So.
Well, I know what band you're going to say, but I don't think that was the worst. I think
It's just hold on. Let me say,
Well-
with that band, it's because when people put their stage clothes, if you're sharing a bus with them, like in Europe,
yeah.
Oh.
don't put it.
They
up
put
on
them
the
on the
stairs.
top of the stairs, and I would be
Coming
walking
you
up
get
the
hit
stairs
in
to
the
my
face
bunk.
with it.
No, I walked upstairs to my bunk one time, and I put my hands on the railing, and I grabbed their fucking sweaty, disgusting stage clothes, and I was like, what the? I wanted to fucking scream. I was so mad. And it's
violating.
like, how dare you? But Carnifex. Okay.
Yeah. Because they have the stage closed.
They have the black metal stage closed, and we went on tour with them after Warped Tour. Okay. So as Fable has it, Carnifex didn't wash their clothes the entire Warped Tour, and then we did a tour with them right after.
And just threw it on.
And they just kept them going. And they would hang them every night
them up.
and put them in front they put them in front of heaters to dry them off. So it would be like wafting down the hallway of every venue we played. But I loved them so much that I was never mad at them.
Yeah.
I didn't get mad at them about it.
They're always really cool.
I fucking love the guys in Carnifex. I just love them.
Whenever I drink anything, I can't think of the name. Fred. I loved Fred.
Dude,
Fred was
Fred's
like
amazing.
I haven't seen him in like 10 years, but yeah, me and Fred hit it off on the tour, and Corey, and yeah, actually, I never even talked to the singer. It seemed like he just didn't. We were partying, and I think he was like straight edge or something.
Oh yeah.
And he kind of actually, that brings me back, because I did go listen to some of your episodes before I came on, just to kind of. I mean, I did listen before, but I did full episodes.
We're not mad at you if you didn't listen.
No, I definitely did. I definitely did. But I listened to like full, just to like, because I've never. It's been first time I think on a podcast where I'm being interviewed. I'm usually asking the questions.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, doing a weird job at it. But so basically,
us too, dude.
Yeah. Fuck. What was the story I was about to tell?
Oh, Scott Carnifex.
Scott Carnifex. Yeah, that was about it.
Oh, you went back and listened because we had.
Okay. No, so I was thinking about how chill the metal scene is. Like, I was listening to the Suffocate episode, the singer of Suffocate, and he was Ricky, and and I remember I listened to also a while ago, like a couple months ago, I listened to the Zach Oren one.
Okay.
And so they both brought up stories about like the hardcore scene and Cruz, like putting hits out and shit. Like,
I know.
I'm like, what the like, Jesus, you guys are like, that's just like the mafia around here, like,
dude, totally.
Like, I don't like metal scene's just like, dude, I don't like you, dude.
Did you ever deal with a crew?
I did once. We were on tour with Whitechapel, and we played this venue in like Long Island. It's like one of Suffo's venues they always play out there too. And Suffo was on the tour, so it was just like he was packed and just crazy and just Long Islandish.
Oh yeah,
Long Island shows are insane.
Yeah,
Suffo in Long Island, I bet that's insane.
Well, Whitechapel was pulling in most of the kids.
Yeah,
so it's just how it was. They were, I think, they were on their third album had not come out yet. They were still new era of corruption. Was just about to come out. But they were like on the doing. They were like Whitechapel, and they just did this.
Yeah,
that
exploded. Album before New Era, I think is what cemented them. But the album before This Is Exile.
Yeah.
This Is Exile, I think, is what started shooting Whitechapel up.
And I really didn't even know about them, not to go too segue-ish, but until they did that tour with us in Psychroptic and Suffo, where that it was basically like
wait, I think it's the other way around. Never mind. Sorry, I'm just thinking of Whitechapel. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're all good.
It's all good, man.
No, Whitechapel would play, and then Suffo would play for like 48 people. You know, like
so. Whitechapel was opening like
that's like the JFAC effect.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the J effect.
Yeah.
JFAC.
JFAC.
No, but one time we played this show in Long Island, and Whitechapel were like, dude, we don't know if we can play, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, you guys are adorable. Like, they're the most adorable dudes. Like, I love them.
Yeah,
they're super
great.
nice, and they're super humble, and they're still the same people I know them now as when they were first coming up.
Yeah.
But they were like, dude, there's this crew that like wants to like kill us or something, like shoot at us or something.
What?
And I was like, I don't know if I should be sent. Whatever. I don't know the name of the crew. But he's like, yeah, they just like they were getting all these like they're all on their phones in the back and just like freaked out. They were all kind of worried. I was like, what the fuck's a crew? Like, what do you guys do? Like, what are you guys dealing with?
Yeah,
like,
what?
Are you guys in a gang? Like, I don't even know like what's going on.
A Southern Tennessee gang.
So did they play?
They ended up playing. Yeah. We just we told security about it, and we just beefed everything up and told all people involved in the tour to keep their eyes out for anything weird.
Oh wow.
And but yeah, we were all actually legitimately worried. Like, we were like, what the fuck? Someone's gonna shoot at the band when they're playing? Like. After like the Dimebag stuff, I don't know. I have like PTSD from that.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, dude. Like, what?
I agree, man.
Yeah.
And there was that girl too. It's like a pop thing or whatever that got.
Ariana Grande.
No, there was a girl who got actually killed.
Where?
Like a pop singer.
Selena?
Oh, Selena.
No. This was like recently.
On stage?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
okay. Do you remember when we played at I might have just manufactured this
I
story in my head, but
this
listen.
might be. I don't know.
Tell me if
Did you
I'm
have a
wrong.
weird dream last night?
Tell me if I'm
I know,
wrong. Do you
it's like,
remember the last day of the Intronaut tour? It was in like Orange County. It was the place that
It
we
was
saw
in Orange
Noisier.
County, yeah. Guy from because there was a dude from Tool
Okay,
at
you know that?
show.
Okay, do you remember how there was like a pop singer playing in the next venue?
Yeah.
I believe that girl got killed by a deranged fan.
No.
Yeah, I believe that's the case. Yeah.
No. Really?
I can't confirm or deny any of this.
I can't either.
Do you remember who it was? I don't know.
No, I don't remember who it was.
I don't know. That's what I think. I don't know why. But I
Have
think
you
that.
guys ever had anything else like sketchy happen to you at shows? Or like happen around
I mean,
the
you
shows
guys,
you were playing?
especially with Animosity, because
Oh, yeah, the
Cruz were a
Reno
part of
thing. We
the
couldn't
Reno
play in
thing.
Reno.
I remember the Reno thing.
We couldn't play in Reno.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Why?
We've gone into it on the show before, but
Is it just
We'll
Cruz?
say it again.
there was
yeah.
like our merch guy got into a fight with some guys at the show or whatever. And then
Yeah.
it turned into like a huge brawl,
Jesus.
and they broke out like. They didn't really do that much damage, but they sprayed Dan Kenny with a fire hose. So he
Wow.
was like
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Yeah,
I love
he
you,
was
Dan.
like
one of my best friends.
powder.
Sorry.
He was powder.
Oh really? Oh, dude, that thing falls
I
on
got
me
it.
all the time too.
You want me to fix that for you?
I got it.
Naveen's our tech. Do we have any more beer? We have a sparkling alcohol.
There's one hard seltzer.
I knew I should have gotten beer, but we do have some whiskey.
Whiskey? I'm
Yeah,
down.
I will drink.
Actually,
a little
I have
whiskey.
a fucking bottle of
Am I blown?
something very special that someone gave me.
Babe, let's break open the bottle.
Really? You want to go there, huh?
Yeah, I do.
All right, it's going
It's
to be a
the
long
first,
podcast.
It's the first,
No, I like. Oh,
it's the
dude, I'm
first
so
in-person one.
excited that it's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
in-person
Yeah, it's
podcast,
amazing.
and I'm over.
Joel, you want me to fix that for you?
Yeah,
You
Joel,
good?
we'll fix it.
Yeah, you might need to fix it.
We're
I
all
need- I
about
need like a
that
little-
Howard
I need
Stern
the-
airtime
the-
space.
I need Scott the sound guy.
Yeah, dude.
Seriously.
Oh, I think I got it.
I'm Scott the sound guy, basically. And I'm Fred. And
And your Beetlejuice.
what was that even saying?
Except
Okay.
I think I'm Beetlejuice this episode.
All right. So basically, it was like a Mosh related
Okay.
incident,
Yeah, yeah.
right? If you can believe that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's a band from like
There was, like, a
2002.
guy,
The
a
Mosh
friend-
related
A
incident.
friend of ours was there, and he was moshing and hit someone, and
Dude, good story.
Was he dancing or was he marching?
it was like hardcore moshing.
Okay.
You know? And then
Wait,
like
no. How do you hardcore mosh?
hardcore, whatever you want to call it.
He was
Anyway,
skedaddling?
yeah.
I don't know.
So
what the
he
name
was.
is. I don't know what the name is.
Dude, do people hardcore dance anymore?
I've
I've seen it. I went to
sure they
I went to a slam show and people were hardcore dancing at like for
Really?
like
What band? By the way,
it was
I'm curious.
it was the last show I went to. It was Visceral Disgorge and
Pathology.
No, it was I don't know. I can't think of the bands, but it was actually at the bowling alley place in San Jose that Joel Cupcake
Okay,
books
that
a
makes
bunch.
sense.
What?
Yeah, I literally like went there and it was like a lot of people. I was like, this is awesome. I was like super stoked. I'm like, dude, you're bringing like metal to San Jose at least, because San Jose doesn't really have. They have up and coming bands that are doing
Yeah,
stuff.
there's like
Right.
a band from San Jose that's like an up and coming.
There's Omnius Ruin.
Well, you know, well, not even speaking of tech death, Covet is from
Oh, okay.
San Jose.
Gulch.
Yeah.
Gulch is
Gulch.
from San Jose.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
damn.
Yeah.
I know. What a trip.
Yeah. It's like that.
See, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Newer,
I've always wanted to
hardcore
do
type
this
thing.
like festival around Christmas inspired by Whitechapel, because
Okay.
I don't know if you've played or been around. Whitechapel has a Christmas show that they do. We were on a fall tour with them in Carnifex, and we got to play Whitechapel's Christmas show.
They do
Dude,
like a fall, like a
they
toy
draw
drive.
like 1,500 people for this shit. It's
Damn.
crazy. It's insane.
It's like a knot fest, but for a mini knot fest for
Chapel
White
Fest,
Chap
yeah,
Fest.
yeah, exactly. Chapel
Not
Fest.
Chap Fest.
But
It's in
dude,
Knoxville.
it's a toy drive, and I've always wanted
that's
to
awesome.
start something
I
like
have seen
that
that.
here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they
because-
get like, dude, oh,
That's cool.
You can't believe how many toys they get. It's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
A
That's awesome.
room's full.
Oh,
I
I'm
think that
fully
would be
funded.
so
Joel would
cool.
give so many toys to
I
that.
know, dude. It'd even be cool here to like get a bunch of our friends
Totally.
on it and just do it. Even at Blue Lagoon, it would like sell out
that'd be
and
really
do
sick.
really well.
Joel actually got Joel Cupcake.
Yeah.
He got the Vets Hall going again.
We
and
went
then
to a show,
I know it was. That's the show. I basically the next show was a death metal show. It was Veil of Noth and stuff like that.
dude.
Wolf
it was
King.
Veil and Gore. Well, no, Gorod left the tour before.
Oh, that's
But dude,
right.
I fucking love Veil of Noth.
That's
I
when the
was
shit-
so excited to see that.
That's when the shit hit the fan. That's when shit
Yeah.
stopped. That was
Yeah.
when that got canceled. I was like, all right, we're like, and it got canceled that day at like 2 p.m.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I remember Vance is a good friend of mine.
Me too,
and I remember I was texting Vance that day, like, dude, are you guys going to make it to Santa Cruz? Do you need somewhere to stay? Are you going to be able to play this show? And that was the show where they had to drop off and go home. That's insane.
That was
dude.
that was the sign where I was like, this is going to be a thing.
I know.
This is going to be like an actual event that's going to screw up a lot of things. I thought, I remember when it first happened, it was me, Carrie, and a few friends sitting around a table. I still remember this like clearly. And they're talking about closing stuff for 2 weeks, dude. Like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we were like, what? Like 2 weeks? Like you guys are going to close for 2 weeks? And, sitting here obviously, 59 weeks later.
I know.
But I remember just like not understanding that. Like, how are they going to close down for 2 weeks? Dude?
I know.
Shit's going to it's going to be like Mad Max.
Yeah, I'll grab it. And also, if you need to pee, you can feel free.
I have to pee.
Yeah, go pee, man.
Okay.
Figured
you can take breaks on this show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Are you guys editing?
No.
Okay. We don't. Well, we edit sometimes, but not really.
We only edit if I say something really, really stupid.
Yeah. let's get the whisk.
I know, but someone's got to keep the show going.
Throw it on a KoperCrabb.
No, I'm gonna do a little talking here.
Well, where's the whisk?
It's in the
Cupboard.
liquor cabinet.
All right, I'll get it.
Maybe we should just do the longest episode of all time.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, let's do it. 4-hour episode. All right, I hope you guys are ready to keep the things going here. I guess while I'm by myself, I'll give you guys a couple updates on what's going on with the band. We have the new album is coming. We've got the drums are tracked, obviously. We've got the cabinet over the it's over the stove. I'm over half done with tracking guitar, and it's sounding real good. Another thing to keep an eye out for, if you guys want to support the podcast, we have some pretty dope gear. We've got I got one right here. I got the Nirvana KoperCrabb shirt. Get some of that instead of the smiley face. It's got a little crab. We've got they're all shirts inspired by some of our favorite bands' music. You got the Hammer Smash Crab. Get some of that. This is my personal favorite. I mean, come on. This is the coolest thing ever. And we've got one more here, which is the Morbid Angel Domination KoperCrabb Nation.
I got my credit card here, by the way. I was planning on
get some of that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy a few things.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's sick. Yeah,
that's super sick.
We're fucking super stoked on the designs.
Who did that?
It's like a friend of Cheney's, but yeah, it's those three. So you got Hammer Smash Face,
I love
Hammer
these.
Smash
I
Crab.
haven't seen these. Got the Nirvana one.
Okay, yeah. So you haven't seen these shirts?
I've been seeing them on. You guys posted about them, and I was like, I'm gonna be there in a week or two, so I'm just gonna clean up in person.
That's awesome, man.
Oh yeah.
But what were we talking about before we left? Well, anyway, look at this.
That's fancy stuff.
Someone who I work with gave me this fucking crazy bottle of, which is actually really ironic because actually that's a funny story that I might want to tell. Is
are we paused? No, we're not paused.
We're not paused. There's no pause on this show. We don't pause.
It feels paused. A little paused.
It's not paused. This is going live. I don't care.
It's going live.
Which is funny. I went on a work trip with some folks that I work with.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie. On the last day of the trip, I drank not that much, but each drink that I had was real strong.
Yeah.
And dude, it just fucking, I don't know, annihilated me. Like it really did. I mean, it was like one of the few times where I woke up in the middle of the night.
Oh, you're trying to put it on there. I thought you were handing it to me. I was like,
I woke up in the middle of the night and like had to go puke, which is usually like, it's usually like I either puke and go to bed or just go to bed, you know?
Yeah.
I woke up and I was like, oh, this is real bad. Because we had a little bit of work to do the next day.
Yeah.
So they just straight up like covered for me.
Yeah.
You know? Like they were like, just go lay down in your van. And we got it, you know? And I was like, all right, I felt so terrible, but dude, it felt so good to just be like, I'm going to go lay down in my van. So then Anyway, one of them, to say thank you for what a great job they did, gets me a bottle of liquor. So I'm like, wow, okay, that's fucking awesome. Not like, hey, you suck, you're the worst person like ever.
Yeah.
You blew it. Anyway.
Hey, Joel, I was wondering.
This is what they got me, and
it smells
looks
good.
pretty fucking good.
I want to ask this before I forget, though.
I like bourbon. I'm a fan of it.
How did you go deaf in one ear?
So there's multiple theories. I think I'm trying to remember what the actual day was where I noticed it, but I think Steve Jones from Faceless actually had the similar story at the same place, where we played Studio 7 or what's the
Studio 7
Seattle or no
Studio 7.
Is it Studio 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that.
Core Zone.
Core
Zone. Studio 7's I think in Oregon or something.
No, Studio 7 is also Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
God, I'm mixing them all up. But we with Black Dahlia. And Black Dahlia told us they took us in the back and
Wait, is Studio 7 in Portland?
I think it's in Portland, right?
No, dude.
Seattle.
Studio 7.
Where does Jacob Lapalato live?
Seattle.
Okay, that's where he came to see us. Is Studio 7.
What am I thinking of? Anyways, I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole with that because that's I think.
So you went deaf there.
So yeah, they told me hey, the sound people treat opening bands like shit. Like Trevor and Black Dahlia took us back and told us that, and I was like, huh. And they're like, they do it kind of on purpose. We think that they purposely make the opening band sound like garbage. So
makes sense.
We had everything all set up, and the cool thing about the Black Dahlia tour is we got to sound check, and the lights would go out, and then we got to go on and as the first band, and we're just ready to go.
Wait, what band were you?
Decrepit.
Okay.
It was that Decrepit Black Dahlia Hate Eternal tour, and so lights go out. I was the only motherfucker that wore earplugs on the band. That's another thing that pisses me off. Is I had my earplugs on top of my amp and I couldn't find them because the intro started, and I was like, oh, they're not there. I got to do the stance now. I had to get ready and start playing. So the intro's going. I can't find them. I'm like, okay, whatever. It sounds way better without them. So I'm stoked right now. Whatever. I had a couple few beers. So I'm like, this is sick. Dude. It's gonna be super sick.
This is dope.
Yeah. It's oh darn, it sounds amazing now. But and Bill goes up to the monitor and hits the monitor with this feedback that I've never encountered until it's like one of those S waves that changes your equilibrium.
Totally.
And I literally fell
back.
I fell back on the drums. I fell on the drums.
Wow.
Yeah, knocked me out. It was like someone just socking me on the chin or something.
Yeah, a Magneto situation.
Yeah, and so I was like, Jesus, that was crazy. And then a few days later, I'm like, dude, I got my ears blocks. I just need to get the wax out. Is what I thought. I was like, there's some sort of blockage in my ear. And luckily I had full insurance because I was working at Circuit City at the time. And they basically, my bosses let me tour. They were super cool. They were like, that's the only reason why. It was across the street from my house, too. So it was super easy.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. 2009. But no, it's so basically, it was basically getting worse and worse. And I went to the doctor and they did a full test on my ears. And they're like, okay, you're really bad in one ear and above average in another ear. And I was like, we think you have a brain tumor. And I was like,
whoa.
I know. I was like, what? And so they just sent me the next day to go get an MRI on my brain.
They had you were up all night probably thinking that you had a brain tumor.
Yeah, it's weird how I didn't take it that personally, or I didn't take it I didn't hit me that hard. I was in denial probably. I didn't understand.
You were like, well, maybe tomorrow it's going to be different when I go and get this MRI.
Totally. And I'm like, I probably don't.
Yeah.
Is what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm in a death metal band and I'm going deaf.
Yeah.
So,
right.
That's good that your brain automatically went there. I mean, it's not good, but that's at least
well, it was freaky. Yeah, they said that, and it definitely made things around me change for a little. The perspective was different for a couple days, but or a day or two. That's the same thing. But I went in there and I sat in there and no, have you got an MRI in anything?
No.
It fucking sucks. You have to sit there for an hour and a half, and it's just a bunch of banging. In this tube, and you have to sit there be as still as you can for an hour and a half, and it's just with no music, no nothing, just a bunch of loud noises and stuff. But that came out negative anyway. So they just said doctor came in and was like, hey, so can you live with this for the rest of your life? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Dude, unblock my ear. They're like, no, you got severe tinnitus. It's like that death or heavy metal movie that's coming out and winning awards now.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't want to watch it
because
because I'm afraid.
I had to turn it off. I had to turn it off because it was it's doing that ring that I get in this ear because it's super loud ringing constantly.
Whoa.
So and it was doing that on the movie, and now it's doing it in my other ear, which I'm full like if that ringing starts in this ear, like it'll be all bad. Like I don't.
So you have
Holy
ringing in
shit.
your ear all the time.
Yeah, right now it's going like as loud as you can think right now.
What?
Yeah.
So it's happened every moment since that day.
Yeah. For about 6 months, I couldn't sleep. A lot of people kill themselves when they get it.
Yeah.
Your brain does adapt in about 6 to 9 months and like understand that it's like annoying, but it's like
Like it just tunes it out.
So
Yeah.
does your brain become like more mono, or your hearing becomes mono?
well, I still wear 2 earplugs or headphones. I don't know, like with my AirPods or whatever I'm using at the time, and so like a lot of bands turn into actually different animals to me, like Necrophagus. Like I listen to Necrophagus now. If I ever do that, I can only hear one guitar.
Whoa.
And it's so much different than you think. Like it's like the weirdest experience.
So you legit can't hear out of your other ear.
It's basically the same as you putting in a gnarly earplug in your ear. Like I can hear like through it maybe, but I can't hear like any. There's no high end. There's no mids.
Yeah, it's like perhaps being in water.
Yeah, it's like doing this like with a really thick earplug. Just covering both ears with like really like having these things like when you go to the shooting ranges and they have like the big ones that it's like having one on one ear.
Yeah.
So like you can hear that someone's actually, to be honest with you, like go to restaurants and stuff and people come up to me and they're just like, dude, that person's been talking to you for like a couple minutes. I'm just like, and a lot of people think I'm an asshole. I get that all the time. That's another thing that sucks is that people come up to me at shows and say stuff to me and I just don't hear it and I just walk right by them. They're like, dude,
fuck you.
Joel's an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I am the chillest guy you'll ever meet, you son of a gun. But
yeah, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Well, so on it, like, have you gotten really bummed over it?
In the first 6 months, I got really depressed. It was bad because I was like not understanding. Like, dude, music's my life. This is all this is like I'm in mid tour like form. Like I've done one humongous tour and 2 small ones so far. Like this is like my goal. This is exactly what I wanted to do, and it's getting taken away from you. Mainly the not sleeping thing. The not sleeping thing was
It's because it was like distracting. Is that why you couldn't sleep?
Yeah, I mean, now I use it to my benefit. Like, if there's like a garbage truck coming out, I just turn sides, and it's like me plugging my ears. If my good ears being covered by the pillow,
Wow.
it's basically like, if there's like loud people and stuff, because people are always like, when I go to people's houses and stuff, they're like, oh, sorry for loud. I'm like, you can be as loud as you want. Like, I can't hear anything. Like,
Right.
I'll just turn to that side, and now I have an earplug. But yeah, it sucks, man, and I'm hoping for some sort of amazing new procedure because basically the hairs on my eardrum are damaged, and so what my brain's doing, it's like an amplifier, like a receiver on an amplifier. So it basically it's like, no, you can hear, dude, and it keeps trying to churn up to try to like compensate for like the damaging on it. So it's like it's like an amplifier being all the way up, like on 10 when you usually put it on 2.
Totally.
Right? So that's basically what your brain's doing to compensate, and your brain's causing the ringing.
And it's like your brain's, it's like it's expending extra energy.
Totally.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah, got it.
But it sucks. And also another theory is that I got swine flu right before the tour, and that could cause it too.
Really?
Yeah. So
In what way? So swine flu could affect you in that way?
you can get like a gnarly flu and it can shut off an ear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my dad, this isn't the flu, but my dad got salmonella from eating like a pasta salad.
Yeah.
And he was paralyzed from the waist down. Yeah, he became,
It like got into his neck and attacked the nerves in his neck.
And
Is he still paralyzed?
No, he was quadriplegic for
it was bad. He was like in
for
the
about
brain
2
trauma
years. Yeah,
unit.
1 year when we went back to visit my dad, it was literally in an assisted living home, and he was in a hospital, and it was like it was fucking crazy. And I just seeing my dad like that, who is always like, my dad builds stuff, and my dad rides a Harley and does all. So seeing him like that, it was like fucking crazy. But to imagine that a pasta salad, eating that could just go in and affect your spinal cord. He already had like a part of his spinal cord apparently that was what's the word I'm looking for? Like it was at it was something was going on with it where it was at. It
like
was
a
able
cyst
to be
there or something like
attacked.
that,
Yeah, it was like a cyst.
Okay.
So the salmonella went in and affected that. But yeah, it's a whole ongoing legal battle with my dad now that he's going through because of fucking salmonella poisoning.
Oh, I have a family member that actually got salmonella poisoning from the spinach. I remember that when that went through.
I do.
Yeah,
remember that.
I do.
And he's getting real nice settlement, but
Yeah.
like it fucked up his kidneys for life. You
Yeah.
know? Like
Went through hell.
yeah,
That's a crazy thing. You don't think about like something like the flu or salmonella that could go in and actually mess with other parts of you and make you quadriplegic, or like, because you think of salmonella being like food poisoning, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit and barf forever, but
totally.
that kind of crazy shit can affect you in like such an insane way. I
Yeah,
can't-
it's like little things. Like you
Yeah.
could, some guy could, I don't know, especially what we've gone through recently with all the, everything shutting down because of a virus. Like now I'm just like ready for whatever now. I'm like, I made it to 36. Like if someone like
You
sneezes on
made
me
it this
weird,
far.
like if someone like all of a sudden the new fart corona comes around and like and someone farts on me weird, like I had a great time. I'm just, and not to like be like dark about it, but it's like,
No.
I had a good
it's-
run. I think that's
it's a good run.
Naveen was just telling me that yesterday. Literally, it's like if something he was like, if something happens to me, I had a good run.
Yeah,
I had a good run.
It's not negative. It's just like you had a good run. Like it
Yeah.
usually is down from like we have like 5 or 6 more years until it's just like wee, and like it starts
Yeah.
going down, and then like it's like we had like right now we're in my opinion, in the prime of our lives. We have all the knowledge that we have that we've accrued from being the people that we are and all the experiences that we've had. We still can we could still go run if we want to. We could still go do all the things that we want to do.
Yeah. We're in young bodies.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in your 30s, your mid 30s, it's like the mixture of youth and
Totally. Knowledge, wisdom.
knowledge. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Totally.
I feel like we're just kind of tapping in. For me personally, I'm just starting to hit the knowledge point, a little
Yeah.
bit. Kinda
Yeah.
feel like,
I don't even know
maybe
if
I
I've
don't need
hit
to worry
it
about
yet.
all this bullshit.
Totally,
you know?
totally,
Maybe
totally.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are a little older than me, and I don't know that I've totally let go of the bullshit to the most degree. But I've
mean,
watched,
no one has
I've watched
fully,
Naveen
but
do it over
Yeah.
the past.
I'm
You
trying
see him
to just be
evolve.
like- it's like,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
It's all made up.
Yeah, yeah.
You create like. I was just thinking about that today before you came over. It's like everybody takes their life so serious, but it's all like literally made up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it actually is just the way that humans live is not like an absolute way. Like this is how it's got to be. It's
Right.
like
Yeah.
you
Right.
agree to do your job and blah 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 and this and that.
Totally. And that's another thing I always think about too is like everyone takes things so serious and their legacy so serious and all their stuff that they're doing in their life, but like an asteroid could just be like blap, like everything that
Yeah.
ever
I
existed,
know.
everything ever existed
Man,
is gone.
Sometimes
Exactly.
I get like a little too high and I stare at the moon and I'm like, whoa. Sometimes it feels like the moon might be like moving closer to us.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm just like, whoa, this moon could just crash into planet Earth at any time and totally implode our entire existence as we know
Totally.
it. And it's like, just the idea that could even happen means that none of this even matters that much.
If it's gonna happen, I kind of want it to happen like when I'm around.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Wanna
mean,
check it
maybe
out.
like living next to the ocean, it's like, dude, if I
Oh,
go
yeah.
and look at the ocean, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, this is something that's so much bigger than me and that exists that could just totally take over me and everyone that I know on any given moment, any
Totally.
given day.
And with the fires that we've had to deal with,
Yeah.
around this time, like noticing how things can be such 0 to 60, it's like
yeah.
we're hanging out one day, and the next thing you know, like I'm going into the forest and saving my friends' houses and stuff.
Exactly.
Like I did that a few times, and it was like that actually put perspective. That looked like Mordor. That looked like a Lord of the Rings thing. Like when I went
Yeah.
there, it was crazy, and
Yeah.
I knew firefighters to see the real inside and like let us in certain places and stuff to get
Yeah.
stuff, and it was insane. Like it was.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was probably one of the most realistic. I mean, especially because Corona was going. People call it Corona anymore. I think I'm the only person.
I don't
that's
know.
calling it
No,
Corona.
I call it
Corona.
Corona.
Is it Corona?
I don't
Yeah.
even know.
I
what
think it's the
called.
alcohol.
Yeah.
My mom calls
Good
it.
old Corona.
My mom calls it COVID-19.
Yeah.
like
She's
that.
like, when the COV comes.
Yeah,
This is like the COPD of 19.
Yeah.
COVID-19.
But dude, I remember during those fires because it was at the beginning of Corona, right?
Yep.
And I remember driving to the west side and like there was a
Oh,
certain
yeah.
point on one that you could not go past.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I was in that movie Pleasantville. Have you seen that
Oh,
movie?
yeah, yeah.
Where it's like the town, or WandaVision. I don't know if you've been watching WandaVision, but it's just like a town that you can exist in and you can't leave. That's how I felt because it was like they weren't letting you go up Highway 1 because everything was fucking burning from
Yeah.
there on out. And it's like sometimes the map of your life, like it's brought into this little tiny community
Totally.
and it gives you the perspective of like, I actually know if like watching the news and paying attention to everything that's going on elsewhere really matters at the end of the day.
It's not healthy, probably.
Dude, it's not. And I like, you know, I know people who've gotten caught up in like thinking things or watching things, and it's like, I don't know that getting caught up in shit is better than just like focusing on the immediate community that exists and trying to make that better.
Yeah, that's what I always get into conversations with people that want to talk like political with me. I'm like, how was your life different from that day to the next day? Like the only reason why your life is different is because you heard information that made you feel a certain way, and then that's why it's different now.
Yeah.
If you didn't pay attention to any of that stuff, like you would be the same. Like it's just like it's I'm really into like football and sports. Like that's like one thing my dad brought me up on.
Chiefs.
Oh, the Chiefs, dude. I know, and that's so weird because I'm from Des Moines, and like it was so cool when I was a kid for everyone to wear that starter jersey. Do you remember those? Yeah. And me and my best friend wore Kansas City Chiefs ones, even though I never like gave a fuck about But Kansas City is like 3 hours from where I grew up, so when I found out you were like obsessively a fan, it's so weird.
Obsessively. Actually, during COVID, I said, fuck this. I'm going to go, because Kansas City is like one of those places like, fuck it. We're still going to have games with people in it.
Have you been to Kansas?
Oh, yeah.
Like, why are you a fan? Why is your dad a fan?
When I was a little kid, my dad would take me to 49ers games, and Joe Montana was the quarterback. And everyone knows Joe Montana is like the Michael Jordan of football. He went to Kansas City when I was 9 years old. And so I followed him there.
So you guys are like, I'm going with.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, you guys are. Well, they were also they were cutting him off the team and going like, fuck you to a guy that's like done one of the Super Bowls and stuff. And I was like a little kid, like that's messed up. So I followed him there. But during COVID, my family doesn't really know about this, but I was like, fully funded Joel. Like I was like, I'm going to go watch a COVID football game. And so I flew out. My dad's going to be all pissed now because is he
going to listen to this?
He probably won't.
Well, is he going to listen this far into it?
Yeah, I know.
We're 2.5 hours.
Really? Are we really?
Sorry, two.
Dude,
my
mom will listen to every last fucking minute of this.
Okay.
I can promise you.
I have to sort of suspend that fact when I'm talking about like jerking off and shit, weird shit like that.
Yeah, I know. Every time jerking off comes up, I'm like, my mom is going to listen to this. Fuck. But,
I don't know. I try to be pretty honest on the show. Otherwise, it's not.
Dude, both of your moms have jerked off.
Well, also, here's the thing. My mom had me when she was 20. So I feel like
my mom too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So I feel like there's a lot of shit my mom just did stop talking about in front of me, but my mom is like hip. Yeah. She knows.
Dude, my mom comes into town and all my female friends like hit her up and they go hang out with her.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I know. I'm like,
that's how Naveen's mom is. That's how my mom is too.
Yeah.
It's like Naveen's mom.
I feel like we all got cool moms.
Yeah,
My moms
definitely.
are real cool. I love my mom.
Our moms are
my
cool.
mom.
Yeah.
We were actually just hanging with her before you came over.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I love my mom and I love Naveen's mom.
Awesome.
They're
that's so.
two of the greatest people.
That's so good because I've dated people recently that like they talked to my mom. Like I was like, "What the fuck you doing, dude? Get the fuck around."
Yeah, that's like a no-go.
If mom is not down,
I know. Friends were not down, and mom was not down. It was like a month and a half into it. I'm like, I gotta let you fly.
Question: if friends are not down and mom is not down, you're not down.
That's a deal breaker.
I still was in denial a little bit about like. I was like, yeah, but you guys don't know the real side. And then I caught myself doing that and was like, dude, my friends know what's up. Like if they were doing the same thing, I would be saying the same thing to them. And when I'm in it, I can't see it, but when I'm outside of it looking in, I can see it easily.
You have those ruby red glasses.
Exactly.
On,
Oh yeah, exactly. I can see through all the stuff.
Yeah. Glasses.
Dude, that fucking gnat. It's
a
gnat,
can't
dude.
Get it. Yeah, it's the
yeah,
one
there is like these weird bugs in the house. Like it's not a huge problem, but like
no, it's not huge. I've just seen one gnat.
There's a couple. Are they? Is that what they are?
This one gnat.
Is that a gnat?
Oh, you almost got it.
Oh, Joel.
There is a couple of
our cat can catch a gnat.
Really?
Yeah, that's the only thing she can catch.
She tries.
Our cat is like a really sad cat specimen.
Okay, like as far as like other performing cats, like it's not up to performance grade.
Well, we have a cat named Cashew that we ended up leaving at Naveen's mom's house because they love each other.
He's massive. He's like 40 pounds.
Yeah, he weighs like 40 pounds.
I don't know how much he really weighs.
You had a bunny, right? Sorry.
He had a bunny.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Not.
I thought it was a cat for half the time. Anyway.
You saw the bunny?
Yeah, the bunny. You were like, we hung out right before you joined Animals, and I was like, what the fuck? Like why's that cat like walking all weird?
Did you go to? Was it in Oakland or in the city?
I don't remember. We hung out. You were about to join Animals, and you were like telling me like your fears and all this stuff. Me and you were driving around town, and you were like talking about maybe doing it. Okay. And I was like, you definitely should do it. Like that'd be awesome. And like, but yeah, you had a bunny that it was basically a cat, right?
Yeah. Wait, so you were talking?
They eat everything.
No, that's Joel. Talk about that some more. So you guys were talking to each other. Naveen, you were scared about joining Animals?
I don't know if he was scared. He was kind of like, should I do it or what? I mean, I think you already had made up, and I was like, yes, do it. But like, I think you were saying some things that was, you want like your own projects and things you wanted to work on.
Flesh rot.
Yeah, and things that you like knew this would take away from. And I remember just driving in some car. It was me and you. We might have just gone to go get beer. I have no idea.
Huh. But that was.
It was in San Francisco. Is where my brain has it, but it could have been Oakland because it's the same thing to me.
No,
that's actually
it's probably San Francisco.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of when that was.
It was nighttime. That's all I can remember, and you were driving. That's all I can tell you.
Wow.
Huh.
That's as far as
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that is actually sort of fascinating because it's like in the long run, you did end up leaving Animals because your first intention was to like do Naveen K.
But
then you ended up. It's like Entheos is your thing.
Yeah.
You did end up trying to.
You gotta.
No, Chinese all dude. Entheos is your thing.
it's your thing. All right, it's your fucking thing.
Right, babe.
Yeah.
Right, babe.
Excuse me, babe. All right, babe.
I think that's important.
All right, babe. We're recording guitar after this, right?
That's definitely something to keep in mind. Like people, you don't need to regret or any of that stuff because it's like that's your evolution. You know what I mean? Like, do humans regret? Like, it's said that we came from apes, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, do humans sit around going like, damn, we shouldn't have been apes? It's like, no, like we were just apes and now you're a human.
Or do they sit around like we shouldn't have gone through the fucking industrial revolution?
Yeah, it's like
that asshole that created fire, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's just what made you. So there's no way, there's no point in regretting anything, in my opinion.
Totally.
Dude, I totally look
even
at it
if
that
you have
way.
a bunch of shitty stuff in your past.
Yeah.
Well,
let it go.
Here's the thing. Everyone, this sounds really cheesy, but everyone has like a story that works itself out.
Yeah.
And for some people, the decision is to like quit a big band to pursue something that they want to do a little more.
We've all done it.
You both, yeah.
Go
ahead, dude.
Yeah,
have as much as you want.
As much as you want. But I do look at it that way. Like I don't actually believe that anyone makes wrong decisions.
Yeah.
I don't think that. And I think
Do you think everything happens for a reason? I get that told to me every now and then, and I get very cynical about it. And but also like there's things that the reason why I have my career now is things happen for a reason. Maybe they didn't go the way I thought they would, and they ended a certain way I didn't think they were going to end.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about relationships only. I'm talking about like work stuff or like how I decided not to do the band. I went to a bank. Like that's such a random path for me that didn't really make any sense to me going, on tour with Suffocation to going to Wells Fargo.
Right.
I just had friends that were like, Santa Cruz came through and was like, hey, we got a job for you if you want to make like this amount of money to survive. And I was like, I guess it's just a path that's being carved randomly through friends and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Here's what I do believe in. I do believe in intuition.
Me too.
I think that everyone makes a decision that is best for them, and it's not the best decision that everyone else would make.
Totally.
But I do think that at the end of most people's lives, they look back and they're like, the decisions that I made are the decisions that made up my life.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's a right or wrong path. Dude, I know people who are very famous who have very shitty lives behind the scenes.
Totally.
I know people who have turned down huge gigs and they are living the coolest fucking existence that they ever could have wanted to.
Riley was talking about how he worked at a convenience store and there was 2 lottery tickets or something, and he took the one that lost and someone won like $2 million.
Oh, wow.
Like something ridiculous.
Wow.
I'm like, but the thing is though, the caveat is if he would have taken the $2 million, would he have been worse off?
Right.
Yeah, you don't know. And there's all kinds of horror stories about people that win
there
$2
are.
million.
But that can be taken into any aspect of life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There are horror stories about so many people who gain all of these like crazy things that all kinds of other people aspire to get.
Yeah, it's why there's VH1 behind the music.
Exactly.
It's like it sucks.
Is
when
there
you get there.
totally. One behind the music that's like they had a very charmed life?
That's why the Rush documentary. They were like, it was like They're just like really nice, like Canadians.
And they're like,
you know,
hey,
like
hey, Neil Peart.
There was never like a drug problem or.
Yeah, but look at Neil.
But yeah,
Neil
he had a
Peart.
bunch of horrible stuff happen to him for sure.
See,
But still, it's like one of those things. Like you look back at the like you want to feel sorry for all these musicians and stuff that have made it famous and stuff, and then things have gone sour. Like we're also forgetting about the better times that they had than any other human being has ever had in their lives.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
that's kind of like the opposite of looking back and thinking things are positive. Like when things get tragic and like
true.
sad, it's like everyone's just like, oh, they had to go through Motley Crue had to go through such drug addiction.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's like but while like they were inside of 9 women and like.
But dude, I look at all of that stuff and I'm like, you know, with all of that cool stuff that we see, there's a lot of other things that you don't see, like being famous in itself. Okay, each of us have experienced a very, very, very mild version of fame.
Yeah.
Imagine that, like, taking over your entire life, and people are just like constantly looking at you. You can't leave the house, and even honestly, sometimes in your house, you're not even safe.
Yeah,
you know, it's
TMZ.
like yeah.
Yeah.
I always look at people who are in movies and it's like I recognize them, but I have no idea what their name is. And they're just character actors.
Yeah.
And I'm like, those people have it the fucking best.
Totally.
Because they're going to get like kind of noticed on the street. Like, hey man, I respect your work. Hey, dude, I love what you did. But it's never going to be like this overbearing sense of I own your life and you create all of these things for me. It's just like there is a good like middle ground. I think.
Fight that with celebrities when I meet them is to bring up something that they're known for or say the same dumb stuff to them. Like I actually ran into, and then to me it was a celebrity, was Rex Brown from Pantera. I randomly like got out of LAX and I was like, I'm gonna go find a celebrity to go talk to. That's literally the thought in my mind.
How the fuck did you do that? I've never seen one celebrity at LAX.
Totally. I've seen like Adam Sandler. I've seen some random people there. So I've seen a bunch of people there. So I'm like, this is LAX. This is where you see it. This is where it happens. So like, I literally walk and I see Rex Brown and I'm like, oh, he's at Sharper Image looking at iPad covers. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go talk to him. Fuck it. I don't care. I did the walk and I did the turnaround.
That's a good one right there. I got that one.
Yeah. And I walked in there and I'm like, hey man, just want to say awesome, blah, blah. But I didn't want to like, be like, tell him like, what's up with like you guys breaking up? Like, I don't want to do like the dumb stuff.
Oh, you met him like that long ago?
Yeah. Well, no, I was turning 29, so it was 7 years ago.
Okay.
But we were talking for a while, and he was like, no, he kept pulling me in to talk to him, and I was like, awesome, and I was like, we found out we had the same birthdays, which was the day before, so we were both July 27th birthdays, and we were like showing each other our IDs and stuff, and like talking about stuff. But
can I get a picture of that ID?
I know.
Yeah. Just want to post it to my Instagram.
That social real quick.
Yeah.
No, but no, it was super cool, and I feel like, you know, I treated him like I'm not trying to bother you, not like those celebrities that get the constant like, oh, you're that guy, dude.
Yeah.
You're that dude. Like that's got to be like. After I remember in one show in Slovakia, we were like celebrities for a day there, where we couldn't leave the backstage. It was us and Cryptopsy. We couldn't leave the backstage without like 9 people wanting pictures. Yeah. And it was like they just discovered the like the digital camera. Yeah. And like we basically had to wear disguises to go get drinks. Like and it was just in that 4-hour period, I was like, it must suck to be a celebrity. Like I don't know if it's worth it. Like you look all cool, but after a while your brain gets desensitized to it like anything else. It's not as cool anymore. It's actually more of a hindrance than a plus. It's a minus, not a plus.
Yeah.
Like after a while.
Absolutely.
I mean, I apply that to a lot of stuff in life, though. Like a lot of stuff that we think is so great.
Totally.
It just is a burden.
Totally.
In my opinion.
It's true.
And like, you know, I just think that people you begin to like identify yourself with all this like, oh, I'm this guy from Santa Cruz and my identity is the place that I live, and and it's
or
like
the band that I play.
all that can just go,
Yeah.
dude. You know, we're talking about how you can die, but like short of dying, it's like your whole house can get burned down real quick, and then what? You know. So I don't know. I try to not think that my whole existence is based on like my house or my stuff. Or,
to bring it into,
you know what I mean?
To bring it into our world.
It could go. Yeah. And whatever.
It's so true. And to bring it into our world, it's like you can be in the biggest band one day and the next day your band can be the smallest band in the entire world.
Exactly.
You know?
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, all the time.
Gin Blossoms. I don't know. I just threw it.
The Gin Blossom or any other one-hit wonder from the 90s.
7 Marry 3.
Yeah. Presidents of the USA, dude. What are they doing now?
That was like in middle school, like the best band.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Peaches song and actually
Yeah.
Kitty song. That's adorable. It's like, fuck you, kitty. You're gonna spend the night.
Yeah.
Really?
Outside. Yeah, it's about like this
Yeah,
kitty that's
yeah.
scratching. I don't know.
Sean had the CD.
Dude,
So we used to jam that a little bit.
Chumbawamba is actually kind of a sick band.
Did you know they were signed to Nuclear Blast and Metal Blade?
What?
Yeah, I swear to God. They were, and Goo Goo Dolls was on Metal Blade.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Google Dolls.
But
Yeah.
Chumbawamba was like Nuclear Blast, I think.
Whoa.
They were like a metal band. I've never heard it.
Wow.
I've never heard it, but I
Dude,
think
you
it was
should
like
listen
crust
to it.
metal or something. Or, I don't even know.
I
Crust-
haven't heard that
That's
version of
amazing.
their band, but I've heard another couple of songs off of the same album that Tub Thumping is on.
Oh, wow.
And it's like all of them are like anthems. It's like, you're gonna get this in your bed, and your bed.
So
you know?
every song is like that.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like every song is an anthem,
Cheerleader-
but
cheerleader
Tub
song.
Thumping is the one that caught on. It was
The
like the
drinking
drinking song for the
Yeah.
Americans.
Wait, are they
of
from
course.
Scotland or Ireland? They're from
I don't
one of
know.
those two.
I don't know.
So that's some crazy. If you want to see people drink,
I mean,
say,
yeah.
go over there.
put-
Did you guys played there, right? You saw that?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
It's
dude.
that chaos.
And
Yeah,
have you
yeah.
played the place in Ireland, Dublin,
I just
right
said
across
yeah. I
from
thought you
the
said something.
Jameson
No, I haven't played there. Sorry.
factory?
I thought you said for some
yeah.
reason I thought you said somewhere else. Oh
You
my
never
God.
played in Scotland or
No,
Ireland?
no.
Never
and
played
I'm,
Ireland?
I'm 40% Scottish. I found it thanks to ancestry.org or whatever.
You
Damn.
look Scottish.
Yeah, I know my grandfather looks very Scottish or Irish. Dude, okay, so here's a question for you. So if you're Scottish on the ancestry stuff,
Yeah.
does that mean maybe Irish too?
I don't know.
I don't know.
know
I
what
think
it
it means
Someone told me that like
No.
Irish and Scottish is like the same thing, like on the
nah,
ancestry
they're different
DNA.
countries.
But the DNA thing, I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's saying the DNA you can't tell.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why would that? Why
There's
wouldn't you be able
it's
to
like
tell?
it's like, dude, are you from Phoenix or are you from LA? Or no, from Las
Yeah.
Vegas or LA? You know, it's like
What
I
I
don't know.
what I will say though about the Scottish is that they're way more in my experience. I've only played a show in Dublin and a show in wherever in
So
Scotland.
nothing against.
what did I think you said? I said yes to where you said it.
Naveen said it. I have no fucking
I
idea.
don't remember what I
but
said.
the,
I think I just accepted
the
it like it's a movie I
Scottish-
saw.
Oh yeah, of course.
The Scottish drunk were way more mean and way more aggro than the Irish drunk. The Scottish drunk, dude. Okay,
Brawls. There's, like, brawls happening
We
and
went
stuff.
to a bar after the show with the whole tour package, and we were walking back to the bus. And it was like this guy stopped me and was wasted and tried to start fighting with me over an America versus Scotland soccer match.
game.
Yeah, it's like
That's
dude,
why
I don't
hate
even.
soccer.
you know
I
what? In
don't
America,
watch
soccer.
dude,
sports.
we don't give a flying shit about soccer, like at all.
Dude,
we
I
call it
don't.
soccer.
I don't
Everybody-
even care
it's
about
It's political
sports.
as hell, and it like causes like people like countries to hate each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like to me, that's too far. That's why when I was my original analogy was with sports and politics. They're just teams that people have picked, and
Yeah.
they choose
Yeah.
these teams who your team could say like something really dumb, but you're like, yeah, but still the new quarterback's gonna come up next.
Yeah,
Just kidding,
yeah,
you know, it's
yeah.
like you
It's
still
like
like make these
blue.
excuses.
I know.
You
I
to
know.
like back
Blue
it
and
still.
gold.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like, dude. I mean, or you could just like drop the ego and
Exactly.
understand like what is like what you agree with, and what you align with, rather than
Yeah.
like this is my team and I got this hat on, so that's my team. If
Yeah.
it says like
It
something I
can't
disagree
be-
with 3 years ago, then
it
no.
can't be one way. Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're
No.
a human being that's using your brain, then that means that it's going to be varied.
You're not one
in
of two
opinion.
Right.
buckets. You're not like this bucket A
No.
or bucket B. Like
Dude,
you're.
nothing in life is like that.
I know.
Where? What?
So
in
that's the
what
made
world?
up. That's the made up thing.
They've done a great job.
Yeah, they've done a
Yeah.
great job.
Like amazing. Like
I know,
I'm like
I
impressed.
know.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Absolutely
So,
incredible.
Joel, where are your parents from?
So actually, a little known fact is actually I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Whoa.
but they moved me out when I was
Plot twist.
before one. I think I was like 10 months old.
So where are they from?
Albuquerque is where my mom's from. She's like Native American, Spanish.
Oh, okay.
And then my dad's family is from actually Kentucky originally, as far as we've gone back.
My mom's
Naveen's
from
mom is from Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm sure if we did one of those DNA shows, we'd be like brothers.
You guys are related.
Yeah.
Hold on. What's the Melungeon mark?
Oh, it's like on the back of your
Yeah,
head.
you need to feel on the back of your head.
Do you have a knot like
Do
on
you
the
have a
back of your
knot?
skull?
Maybe if I lose a little weight, I could feel it.
No, you
Press
know.
down
No,
a
I
little
don't
harder,
have
buddy.
it. I don't
It's
have
like
it.
this mountain hill person.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the what are the hills?
A
What are those?
hillbilly, maybe?
No, totally. Yeah, but what are
It's a hill venti.
what are the hills called in that region?
Appalachians.
Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
the
they
Melungeon.
have like this skull trait that I have.
And so does Evan
It's like
Brewer.
an M&M like on the back of your skull.
Interesting.
Yeah. Evan is who told us about the Melanges.
No. I told him.
Oh,
And he got all into it. He was like,
there
what,
was a
dude?
moment.
That's crazy.
There was a moment in our band where we were just all about like the hill people of the Appalachians.
Yeah.
So
like watching about like
me and Naveen and
moonshine
Evan
documentaries and shit.
Me and Naveen and Evan, that's what we would be about, is like moonshine documentaries.
There's nothing going to be left of the world. It'll be cinerated, and God will have to pick out what He's going to take home out of the hash.
That's the D. Ray White's.
Oh,
that's
Jesco White.
That's Jesco White.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You know about
my
the
shit.
yeah.
Oh, I've shown everyone that
Dude.
the Wild and Wonderful White's.
Yeah,
Virgin
Dude,
Virginia.
I first watched that shit in 2011,
Me
and
too.
I showed
Me too.
because it was on Netflix.
Yeah, and now it's on Amazon Prime. If
I
you guys
know.
want to see it.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
If you have not seen this, and what
I've seen it like 11 times. Probably.
dude,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
They ain't got fiestas.
Fiesta, that's the
They
exact
got
same part I'm talking
fajitas.
about, where he's just still like,
Yeah.
I want 3 fiestas. With
You don't have any
Like,
fiestas?
her baby. They took her baby
took her
to see
baby.
Yeah, it's like, dude.
It's all they found drugs in it.
Yeah. They were snorting. They were
the pills
snorting
in the hospital.
Norcos
Yeah.
in the hospital. So here's
It's an
the thing.
uplifting documentary.
Because the last time I
My life is
watched
great.
it, the first 2 times I watched it, I thought it was the funniest shit in the world.
Yeah.
The third time I watched it, I was like 26.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this is
kinda dark.
this is
Yeah,
the
it is
root
dark.
of some societal issues here.
Yeah. But also too, they're high as fuck all the time. They're feeling
they're
great.
so
I mean, like I don't give I don't feel
Yeah.
sorry for them.
I don't feel sorry. They're like, this is the Boone County mating call.
Yeah, yeah.
Click, click, click.
Yeah.
You know what I always do is I change the mating call. This is like an inside joke of ours.
Yeah.
So if it's like I made this.
The Santa Cruz mating call.
Okay,
Naveen
Santa
did
Cruz
it the
mating
other
call.
day,
So
yesterday.
I made
Is it
this
just like nugs? Like
no. Okay, this is
It's like
a
a
jo-
juice.
No, I made like walnut parmesan. It's like walnuts and nutritional yeast like ground up, and I was like shaking it, and I was like, Cheney, Santa Cruz mating call.
That's so
Dude,
good.
but the last time I watched it was the first time I was like, all right, I need a part 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went back
I
and
didn't
watched.
have
Was
series.
that from the Dancing Outlaw or whatever?
No, this
that's
is-
from the second one.
Actually-
this is from the movie.
I don't think that's from the movie. What?
No, it's from the movie
There's
because
nothing going to be left
yeah.
of the world.
it's from.
Oh yeah.
You
You guys,
That's right.
I
After
can
you
tell
got the tattoo.
I can tell you the
Yeah.
same. Well, it's also the scene. No, it's not. But his mom in the same like 5-minute
yeah,
span
past-
is
Oh,
like,
yeah. She's
it's
like,
like the whole world is gonna be taken over by computers and drugs.
Yeah, the drugs and the
I mean,
computers.
she's not
Computer.
wrong.
Yeah.
I know it's like
Like
she's
the
spot the fuck
drugs.
on,
She's
dude.
nailing it, but like in
Yeah.
a really dumb way.
Yeah, but
she's murdering it.
she's also in an apartment
Yeah.
in town, above town, like the town square, and it
I know,
reminds me
this
of like the
Jessica-
middle of nowhere, Iowa.
Yeah, this Jesco quote, I just love it.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
The,
I
the
back it.
dancing outlaw, great. The sloppy, slimy eggs.
Yeah. It's like if you give
Yeah.
me those sloppy eggs. What does he say? Like I'm gonna like kill you or something.
Oh, I wish we had
I
that
took
quote.
the butcher knife and I put it to her neck.
Yeah.
yeah, that's it for sure.
Naveen used to do it. Not your Jesco slipping, but it used to be really good. He's like, "This is my Manson side, and this is my Elvis
that's the
side."
tattoo part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got my Charles. Oh, it's
Yeah, but Charles Manson, because I'm crazy,
got
and
my-
you just can't. I can't stop going. Or like, you know, it's
I
just-
can't stop killing
you. That's
when I'm in my
definitely
Elvis
it, dude.
mood, I'm having good time. I'm partying. I'm getting ripped out of frame.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
But you know, the last time I watched
feel-
it,
I feel
the
you.
last
I
time
love
I
that
watched it,
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
like, okay, I got a camera. I'm gonna fund myself flying out to West Virginia, and I'm gonna film it. But I haven't done it yet.
Dude.
Well, I'm
Let me
sure
know if
they
you,
probably
like-
get a lot of offers. To be
They
fair.
probably do. It's probably so much.
Oh, they're
fun.
like, you know, actually, you know what? I was listening to a song the other day. You know, Live, the band Live, Lightning
Yeah.
Crashes. Oh, nah, for you. They have a song that goes like, it's on their newer album. I'm newer as in like 1995. But it's,
from their
You heard that new live album?
but no,
literally.
he goes, just go wide. The
Damn.
sinner's saved. And I was like, what? Did he say Just Go White? And I had to pull up the lyrics, and he says Just Go White, like in this 90s song.
Whoa.
And I was like, that was how, because they're like popular out there. That's not like
Yeah.
now they're probably with the Jackass people, the Dick House folks.
Well, that's what.
Yeah, they're
even when
probably
they
like the
made-
most famous fucking West
Totally.
Virginians.
Even when
Oh,
they
Boone
made the
County.
documentary, remember he was
Boone
like,
County. We've
Because
gone
I'm so
through
famous.
Boone County on tour, and
Yeah,
every
we have.
time I'm
I
like,
don't know if I have.
every time I'm like,
we've crossed over like that bridge that they show
Yeah.
in there.
I'll be right back.
man.
You know, and I'm like, dang, dude, we're
Dude.
in Boone County.
Those are the legit like mountain folk.
Whoa! Jenny, hold on, you're about to ruin this episode.
No, that's a family right there. I mean, actually, I like Hank the Third. One album from him. I really like one album from Hank the Third, and that's actually how I found out about that. Was he has the Legend of D. Ray White as one of his songs, and it's one of the songs that he does.
So you knew about that before you saw
Oh, yeah.
the White documentary?
Totally.
Okay.
I was putting it together after the fact. Like, I just thought it was a guy named D. Ray White. Like, who the fuck's D. Ray White? Like, that's a name to me.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
like,
there's tons of songs that are about people, and you're just like, oh, yeah, cool,
yeah,
that
yeah.
person.
And then I was like, oh, them live and all these like random bands that would just mention them. It was like these legendary, crazy hillbillies.
Yeah. It's a shame that it wasn't done now where there's like everything's a series,
Totally.
So it's like,
I know that should be a series.
I know, it's like one episode basically.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
last time we watched it, I was like, this is like one episode of a show. What the hell?
I have to keep rewatching it to feel that like fun. Like, I mean, it's not fun actually. It's
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean though. It is
I
fun.
love the way I got the soundtrack from it because there's this guy, I forget his name, but it's like he made these cool like little chill riffs that I like just have in my head from that movie,
Oh, really?
from that documentary.
I'll
But
have to
it's
check that out.
but it's just made it just for that. But anyways,
I think you
that's when I
unplugged
knocked out.
the computer.
you knocked out the mainframe.
Or knocked down the main. No, it's
knocked out
it's
the
probably over by the wall.
Dude, my mic stand is on life support right now.
All right. Well, we could end the episode if you guys want. You want to keep going?
Yeah, I'm down. I have to be asleep at midnight.
Yeah, I agree with that. I should probably be asleep by midnight.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
my
on-
bedtime.
Yeah.
There we go. It's plugged. We're all gonna be asleep by midnight.
Yeah.
Don't worry. What were you guys talking about, Jessica?
Oh,
He's got the
Jessica
soundtrack apparently
of
with
that
some good
because
stuff.
there's certain parts of that documentary where they have like a song that plays
Yeah.
and like it kind of
Totally.
like brings you down or brings you up or brings you it did a really good job of it like reminds me of certain parts of that episode Jesus.
And I was saying that it's like an episode.
Well, it's what's his face? What's his name? Hank Williams III,
Well,
right?
he does the live songs, but there's another guy that did the actual soundtrack. But yeah, Hank Williams III is the reason why I even knew about the White family because of that Legend of D. Ray White song.
Really?
And I always heard that song because I like this. They have an album called Straight to Hell. Hank Williams III does, and my grandfather used to play with Hank Williams on piano.
What?
So like I know my grandfather and grandmother met at the Grand Ole Opry because they were both country musicians jamming back in the day.
Dang, that's
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
What did your grandma play?
She actually. My grandfather was one playing. My grandmother was like a newscaster person that was like covering it. Like,
Wow.
And then and my grandfather was touring in the 50s, dude.
Dang.
That's
What
that's
was that like?
crazy.
I don't even know. Like,
know.
what kind of horses were needed for that?
Yeah.
Like,
That's like was there
Stallions.
highways?
I don't even know. My dad said that he played with Dolly Parton and all these big bands, but back in the day he
Wait,
was like
your grandfather played with Dolly,
Yeah.
the Queen Dolly Parton.
Damn, Jolene.
Holy shit! Did
And my
he-
name's Joel.
Whoa!
Oh, Joel, and your middle name's Lean.
It's definitely not lean.
Dean.
Joel Dean. Wait, did he play the song Jolene?
No, he was like
That must have been before that.
yeah, he was the house pianist for Grand Ole Opry for a while.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he would just like people would come on the show or whatever, and like he'd learn their songs, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's an E major."
He's
Yeah.
like, got
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, he's like, "Whatever, dude. I
Yeah.
got you guys. I'll just you're doing that. You guys easy."
Dude, yeah, he was totally like, oh, whatever.
Well,
dude.
Nashville
I'm like-
musicians, dude.
Way
they're like
before
super
Guitar
big.
Pro.
Well,
So,
Nashville
yeah. He was
musicians
the
are
pro.
off the chain. See, that's the thing that makes me sad when I go to Nashville and I like go from bar to bar.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, dude, at every goddamn bar in Nashville at any given moment, there's someone who's insane playing.
Totally.
It's not just like your run of the mill like musician.
It's like
Yeah, yeah.
Mandy Moore
It's
Yeah.
Someone
that
it's
could
Mandy
break.
Moore.
That was a total joke, by the way.
Something that
guys.
could
Just
bring
get that.
Mandy Moore level.
Why Mandy Moore?
don't
Mandy
know.
Moore is a good singer.
He's talking
right?
about John Tesh, right?
Yeah.
No, but she's not. I mean, like, whatever. Anyway,
It's like Britney Spears level.
yeah.
Dude,
It's,
COVID's been having me drink like way too much lately.
I hit that for sure. I got that.
Well, I work from home mainly a lot now, so
Oh,
like
yeah.
I talk about my clocking in now went from like waking up, taking a shower, getting ready, getting my lunch ready, doing everything, get in the car, go to the car to the place, clock in, to like
roll out of bed,
clock in. Like I'm like in now.
It's like,
I'm getting paid
awake.
now. But I'm like I'm taking care of business, but I'm also like, you know, underwear maybe. I'm like
underwear optional.
Yeah.
Do you
like,
drink at work during work?
Business casual?
No. Like
business cash.
Business
I mean,
casual.
I've drank with coworkers after work, but yeah, it's all IT like brain
on
stuff.
Zoom.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Zoom, you guys drink together?
I'm getting like constant like I'm meetings with like fucking board members and like legit people, like millionaire people that control everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there I'm in my nicest stuff, and you know I might have underwear on, but they can't see that.
Yeah.
But like I'm on my I'm definitely like on my shit at home. But working from home is a double-edged sword. It almost is like a bummer now. Like it became like this thing in the beginning, like when I was saying it's like, oh dude, it's gonna be 2 weeks of at home, and I was like, this is awesome.
It's like 1 year deep.
Yeah.
I want to go to work.
And no, after like 6 months of that, and I kept getting exposed to COVID, where I'd be at somewhere where COVID would break out, and then I'd have to go get the test, and then they were like, you have to stay at home for 2 or 3 weeks, and that happened to me 4 times.
Damn.
Where it just kept happening to me. The place I was at, the person I was talking to got it, I didn't get it, and then like I literally had to stay home, and so I was getting like, you know, I wake up, I work from home, my weekends at home, like everything's just at home, like home. I was door dashing 3 times a day.
Oh shit, yeah.
Because I was like going
Kenny
off the
loves
chain.
that DoorDash.
Oh man.
I know you probably DoorDash to me sometimes.
No, he orders DoorDash.
Oh, you ordered DoorDash.
Oh, I ordered DoorDash.
I thought you meant you were delivering
No.
DoorDash.
Oh no, I'm literally like
He's
skipping
fully
lunch.
funded,
I'm
dude.
fully
He's
funded. I'm not trying to get. I don't need that DoorDash scrap.
I didn't know if you were. I didn't know if you were fully funded with a job on the side.
No. I
He's
don't.
fully funded ordering DoorDash, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I do that too. Yeah, but I only order it once a day.
I was doing 3 to 4 times a day, including
shit.
alcohol and stuff. I was spending like $200 a day on
So
DoorDash.
what was your
fully funded.
favorite DoorDash restaurant?
Oh, around here. I mean, I go to everyone's house in DoorDash. Like DoorDash follows me wherever I go.
Me
Like
too.
wherever I go, like I accidentally send like random stuff to other people's houses because I was there last. And I just
At
send
work,
them, like,
when
a
I'm at
meal.
work, I'll accidentally send stuff home. And,
Yeah.
and
And then it's
Naveen
like-
will be like, "Your DoorDash is here that you got," but I try to hide it from Naveen because he's all like,
I know
money.
Trevor's a little over the DoorDash too because
Budget
like,
conscious.
Yeah.
random people coming up to our door. He's like, dude, fuck this. Like, I don't want like random people here. Like, what the hell? Like, it's like 3 times a day,
Now,
dude.
like when I see somebody at a restaurant in Santa Cruz, I'm just like, that guy's picking up a DoorDash.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
And then I was thinking that about a guy with a Subway the other day,
Yeah.
and then I was like, well, I don't know if he's really picking that
You might have the
and
app,
then,
dude.
No, and then he opened up his trunk and had like a whole like setup and just like threw the sandwich in a bin, you know, and I'm like, okay, he's a DoorDash guy.
Yeah.
You know, I had a whole
Dude.
bins and shit.
Okay,
Totally.
one night, like 4 weeks ago, I had this whole DoorDash night. Okay, so I ordered a meal,
great.
and a guy mixed up my meal for
Oh, I've had that a
DoorDash.
couple times,
So I
yeah.
called him, and I was like, "Dude, this is not my right meal." And he's like, "Is it right?" And I was like, "Are you sure?" He was like,
I just
"Are you
eat the
sure it's
meal
not
and
right?"
get it, and you tell DoorDash and it's free now.
Yeah, but I was like, the thing is that it was like a steak meal, and I was like, dude, I
okay,
don't
you're
eat
not-
meat.
okay, gotcha.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know for sure this
You
is
gotta
not
do
my
that.
meal.
Yeah.
So I had to meet him at the hotel down the street, and I was like, dude, I'll meet you at the hotel. We'll switch meals. And he was like, all right, here's the deal. I left your actual meal inside of an apartment building, and I'm pretty sure that the guy might have picked it up. So he kept trying to like get a hold of the guy, and he had to like go sneak back inside of the apartment building and like switch out our meals and stuff. And it was this
Jesus.
whole drama.
Yeah.
That's
so
more
it's like,
trouble than it's worth.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of the last times I used DoorDash because I was just like, I don't know.
It was so. I would like roll up, like I get the first like email of the day, and I'd be like, fuck, or like treating it not like a work day sometimes, where I'm like, whatever, friends came over from out of town, and I stayed up till 1, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, oh, first headache, boom. I'll hit like a DoorDash, like a full
Yeah.
breakfast from like Crow's Nest.
I know.
And I'll be like, this is sick. Like, this
Yeah.
is so sick. This is the coolest invention. I pay for the, like, all the Dash passes. Like all of
Oh,
them.
I have a
Yeah.
Dash Pass, bro.
I have all-
dude.
yeah, it's
I
like-
got the
I hate
Dash
you
Pass.
guys.
It's so convenient. It's just like, I know Trevor's just all, dude, fucking, like, he's like cooking in the morning and like getting all
Yeah.
this stuff ready.
It's
And
all
I'm just like,
spry.
I'm all like,
Yeah.
It is
Dude,
pretty cool.
I was
you
doing
know,
it with Starbucks.
We would do
Oh,
it a
me
lot
too.
after the podcast, usually on Sunday.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
we'd
yeah.
do the podcast.
I might do it after the podcast.
Get kind of toasty, and then afterwards, like, dude, order some fucking bomb.
Yeah.
But I would do it in the morning. Like, I would be in bed and I'd like order Starbucks DoorDash, and then I would see the guy come and deliver our food because I can see our front door from my bed, and he would scare me, and I'd be like, "Oh fuck, I ordered DoorDash like half an hour ago," and then it's like, dude,
I've walked out to food that was there that I forgot
lazy.
about. I literally forgot about ordering, and I was like going out to go get food, and I was like, "Oh yeah, there's a meal right there."
Yeah,
I ordered with like on autopilot, like. Yeah, get the meal.
Well,
dude.
much like Amazon, it's like it's just so sick to see that package there.
Oh, it's so
food is here for me. It's
it is.
Dude, once Fully Funded Joel started going, like in the beginning, and I got my Prime, like right when Fully Funded Joel, it was like 7 packages a day. I'm not even kidding. Like there'd be like a castle of like 7 packages. Trevor would have like an envelope, and I'd have like 9 humongous boxes and fill up the recycling. Like,
yeah, it's bad. I will say I'm guilty of internet shopping.
Me too.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm drunk. Especially if I'm drunk.
I used to worry about I didn't have the money to buy a concert shirt or a band T-shirt. I'd be like a sweatshirt or something was like a big deal for me to buy. It was like a part of my budget to throw $46 at the sweatshirt.
Totally.
It was like gonna fuck me up maybe. So it wasn't even a thing. Now it's just like drunk. There's one time I ordered one of those things.
Merch. I'll buy, man.
Dude,
I'll be listening to it and be like, oh, I'm getting the shirt. I got like shirts from Europe and stuff.
I go on deathwish.com and I look at all the artists and I'm like, what photo would I like to spend $55 on a print of today? And I bought one that's hanging right outside the room.
That was $55?
Oh fuck! Yeah, I shouldn't.
It was on a Black Friday sale.
Yeah, it was half off.
You guys with the black stripes, so
I put in Black Stripes 2021 code.
Dude. I mean,
you put in the code.
Yeah, I put in the code.
I just don't want so much.
Whatever. I'm gonna buy all your shirts today, and
no, you're not gonna buy shit. We're gonna give them to you. We're gonna fully fund.
What are you? I'm trying to have Naveen be fully funded.
That's the thing. See, that was a problem at the beginning of our band. Evan would always watch me because I would be the person selling merch. And like if someone came up to me and he's like, "Hey, I have like a radio show and I'm gonna promote your stuff," and I was like, "All right, I'll give you the full spread for free."
No. The thing is, I'll pay for bands merch.
I will too.
Like not the last tour we did, but a tour that we did with like Spite. You know that?
Okay.
Band? Yeah. I like that band.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I want that and that.
Totally.
And they were like, cool, dude, here you go. And I was like, here's the card.
No, I pay.
Honestly, I like my merch more when I pay for it because if I don't, it's just like, whatever, the stupid shirt. That, you know what I mean?
Back in the day, what I would do
I want to pay for it
because it's kind of like it's kind of looked down on, and I've done it to you guys before, where I'm like, hey, the list. Like, what's up?
I know.
It's kind
I'm
of
going to throw this out there. I've never, ever looked down on anyone.
Okay.
I don't look down on it at all.
But Naveen and I are trying to get on the list.
I'm a serial I'm getting on the list.
But I also tell people, I'm like, because people will call me up and be like, hey, let me put you on the list, or I'll call them, or whatever. And I'll be like, dude, put me on the list and I'm going to buy merch. For sure. I'm going to put money towards your merch because I want you guys to actually get the fucking money. You're going to get the same money no matter what from the door or whatever. Like, if I buy merch, I'm giving you guys money. So I would just tell people like, hey, I got 4 people. Sorry. I don't want them to come really, but they want to come. Yeah. We'll all buy shirts. Yeah. Like, we'll give you money directly. We'll give you money.
Way better. Yeah. And that's sick.
Supporting the bands. That's all I care about.
I got no problems supporting the band. Actually, I prefer to do it.
I would too.
Like,
I
if you have open
doing
spots, like, that's how I'd frame it.
Well, no, get me in the show. Come on.
It's like,
if you want me to come to your show.
Empty stuff. If you have empty stuff, like, they're going to buy stuff.
Naveen Copperwise at your show? Like,
it's a better show if I'm there.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? You should pay me to be there at the show.
They'll be signing all the autographs.
Yeah.
Just be like,
it's like, I'm Naveen, first of all. No, but I know, dude, I love buying merch. And that is something that I've really loved even more during coronavirus, to be honest with you.
Me too, because I wasn't fully funded
fully funded.
I just got a wormed shirt in the mail.
I'm out here, I'm dropping money on everyone's vinyl, everyone's t-shirt.
Me too.
Like,
apparently Cheney's fully funded. I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, fully funded Cheney.
Yeah. She's got a secret credit card that you'll find out about.
It's the fully funded Copperwise family credit card.
Jeez.
I'm just kidding. But Naveen and I both, like, we buy people's merch. I don't want people to send me stuff for free.
Dude. If you listen to a band on Spotify, is that supporting them? Not really. Go fucking buy a shirt.
I'm so jealous of you guys still. I mean, like, I'm fully funded now, but I'll stop saying that. But I mean, I'm living comfortably, but like the music stuff, and like I go to shows still, and like when I was living in Sacramento, I'd go to shows, and like I'd go see you guys and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is a really quick funny story. I was at the boardwalk once, and there was no one there.
Yeah.
And you're like, venue move, bro. Like we're going on in 5 minutes. You remember
yeah.
Oh shit! Was it at Holy Diver instead?
It got moved. Yeah, me
Yeah.
and Jane showed up. Sorry, showed up there, and it was just like fucking no one there, and I'm like, sick show, dude. This is super sick. I'm glad we're here now.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I felt terrible about that.
No, it wasn't you, because there was like things were said about this.
Yeah,
I just saw this 2 months ago, and was like,
I wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah.
Personally.
I was like, well, Naveen and Cheney are playing in Sacramento, like down the street from us. Like, I'm going for sure. And we were all excited, like all dressed up, like, yeah. And I'm like, we literally showed up there and like, there's no one there. And then I'm like texting you, like, dude, where the fuck are you? And you're like, dude, we're downtown, like 45 minutes away.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're going on in 3 minutes.
Orangevale or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Far
Yeah.
away.
Don't worry, Joel. We're not mad at you. I forgot that even happened, but
Yeah, me too.
No. It was more like, I'm being selfish about it. Like, I wanted
Yeah.
to see you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I was like so excited to bring that, just to like see that in my little new hometown, that it was such a bummer to miss you guys. But and then I saw you with Summer Slaughter, and it was fucking amazing. It was like
at 3 in the afternoon.
I was there.
Yeah.
I took the day off for it.
Yeah.
I'm not
Every
fucking
time
around.
we play that goddamn venue, we play at like 3 on a Thursday.
Wait, was that
or
in
a
Berkeley
Friday
or whatever?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
at
yeah.
UC Theater. We've played there 2 times. We played there opening for Dillinger, and we played there on Summer Slaughter. Summer Slaughter, we were the first band, and we played there at 3 p.m.
It was
Yeah.
like a.
And we're from the Bay, so it's like our whole family and friends are there to see us, and they're like, "Fuck, these guys have made a horrible life decision."
Oh no, I have seen
They're-
you at Holy Diver too. That's what we're mixing up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you
That was
saw
recently.
us. You saw us with
Yeah.
Jane at Holy Diver.
Yeah,
You were both there together.
That was the Spite show.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was the
yeah.
Spite show.
Literally, we got stuck in like traffic, whatever. But we still saw you guys
Yeah,
as
yeah.
it was ending. And dude, Chaney was like I remember like seeing Chaney like stand by the merch booth and just like a line forming for
Really?
people. And like I was like, all right, Jamie, all right, she's famous now, so I'll wait for her.
Honestly, I saw Spite play and I was like, I'm about to give up.
Yeah, no,
Fuck my life.
They totally.
Spite just like
dominated.
I've never
owned
seen them
every-
live.
Yeah, they
Dude,
dominated
they're
us.
crazy.
They
Really?
crushed us.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
dude.
they crushed us.
Well,
I always think of Sprite and I think of something that's like tamer than Coca-Cola.
I think of Sprite
no,
too.
they're like way less tame than Coca-Cola.
Really,
dude.
Coca-Cola's like their bitch.
Dude.
No, they ripped it.
Spite
What
is
what
crazy.
style? What style is Sprite
They're like
again?
they're pretty much deathcore, but it's more like hardcore deathcore.
Yeah, I have to be
Okay.
honest, Joel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd like it. I don't
I'm
know if you'd
open.
like
I'm
it.
open-minded.
I
You know?
just like bands that are good, and like I
I do
saw
too.
them
Me
too,
at
me
a show.
too.
I saw them at the
I do too.
Catalyst because
Okay,
our
maybe
friend
you
was
might-
Poison the
playing.
Well is one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, like our
Yeah.
friend's band. Our friend
Wait,
was playing
wait.
with the band.
Was that an example of how open-minded you are?
That's as open-minded as I
I
get.
mean, Poison the Well is one of my favorite
I mean,
bands.
I like Bane too. You know,
Yeah.
like,
But dude, Bane.
dude, give blood.
But they're sick
I'll
as
fund
fuck.
it. Yeah, if he's fully
But
ranged.
I'm surprised you didn't watch them. They went on after us that night.
Holy Diver, no. When things get too popular, because I'm friends with all the bartenders there, so it would just be like us hanging out. And if I don't know the band, it would just be like hanging out with like my
Hitting the
friends
bar.
there.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have good friends that run that whole thing, so just like go like once I got like in with them,
Yeah.
and like there's like these like 4 people, like mass groups of people like that are trying to get drinks, and I just be like,
Yeah, it's
just
like,
get drinks.
Damn, Joel, you wanna the next time we play Holy Diver, you wanna roll up and introduce me to like the
Oh
staff?
yeah, totally. No, for sure.
Yeah,
I
dude.
got you.
Yeah.
No, they'll be stoked. They'll be stoked. They'll be totally stoked.
That's awesome,
for
man.
sure.
Yeah. That's like how that's, I don't know, anyways. I think we're blabbing now. What do you
Yeah.
think it's,
We're like 3 hours in.
Yeah,
We're
let's
ending
call it.
This is probably the longest one yet, but anyway,
Definitely
it's,
is.
it's fully frontal.
It's
Yeah. We'll
it's
have
a
you on
fully
again, man.
funded episode. But dude, thanks a lot
Yeah,
for coming
thank
by,
you
man.
so
Thanks
much
for having me.
coming
Seriously.
by.
No, you guys,
First
I love
back
your guys'
in
show.
person
It's awesome.
episode.
See you next week.
Oh.